majority has argued force is not used against people protesting peacefully. A House panel considering contempt charges against former President Clinton and Hillary Clinton over failing to appear under subpoena in a Jeffrey Epstein probe. Oversight Committee Chair James Comer says they must be held accountable.
And Democrats must support these measures or they will be exposed as hypocrites.
But Democrats call it a witch hunt focused on the wrong witnesses and a possible attempt at diversion from releasing the full Epstein files. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Why an Indianapolis woman is facing charges. It's 43 degrees and cloudy in downtown Indy. Radar is clear. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 3:02. She threatened South Carolina Congresswoman Nancy Mace, federal prosecutors say.
I'm very grateful to the FBI for taking this threat seriously.
Shayla Addison will plead guilty after sending messages last January threatening to kill Representative Mace and blow up her office. She could face up to 10 years in federal prison. Former Columbus Township trustee Benjamin Jackson was sentenced today. He used credit cards for Columbus Township. State police started looking into this in 2024. He was charged in July of 25 and pleaded guilty in November.
The biggest portion of it was spent on personal travel. That was somewhere in the ballpark of $658,000. Also a significant amount spent on home improvements as well as college expenses for children. That was around $90,000. And there was an additional $40,000 that was just spent on his personal utilities.
Bartholomew County prosecutor Lindsay Holden says the judge told Jackson to pay back the full $1.1 million.
And that will be tracked through probation. He does have that 2 years of probation pending afterwards. So that is a condition of his probation that will have to be paid back before he is released.
And Jackson is also spending 26 years in the Department of Correction. A bill filed in the Indiana State Senate aims to change the process for selecting members of the IU Board of Trustees.
Right now, Governor Mike Braun has full control over the IU Board of Trustees. He can choose who makes up the 9-member group and can even remove or replace members whenever he likes. Senate Bill 110 would change that process. If passed in its current form, Governor Braun could make 5 trustee selections with 3-year terms, plus 1 year for a student. University alumni would be tasked with selecting the other 3. The bill also says those wanting to be on the ballot for a trustee position can file with the university's librarian no later than April 1st of each election year. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
A new study says Indiana is ranked 41st out of 50 states in the U.S. affected by workplace burnout risk. And the Indiana Pacers have the Boston Celtics tonight. Tip-off at 7:30. Time is 3:04. You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
It's time. You've been putting off that kitchen or bath remodel long enough. What are you waiting for? Get started today with Boer Remodeling. Boer Remodeling customer Kathy had a bath remodel with Boer. Kathy, talk a little bit about your experience.
Our experience with Boer has been terrific. The process was so easy and seamless. When we decided to do a larger remodel of our first floor, Boer was the first company we thought of hiring.
And were you happy with the results?
The results are amazing, and we are so happy with our home and the work that Boer did.
Peter is another recent Boer Remodeling customer with a new kitchen. Peter, what was the best part about working with Boer?
We especially liked the active participation that we were able to have in selection of stone for the countertops. Really came out beautiful. The cabinets also came out very, very well.
The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana. They'll guide you through the entire process. Start with a free consultation. Talk to Boer Remodeling today. That's BOOHER. BoerRemodeling.com.
With your traffic at 3:05, good afternoon, Matt Bear.
Hello, Jake. Looking at Hendricks County, eastbound 70, that is a work zone between State Road 39 and State Road 267, creating a 3-mile backup. Right lane is currently closed. I'd consider using US 40 instead. Southbound 6570 stop-and-go traffic from Michigan Street to the South Split. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, a B Window, receive up to 60% off plus 24 months same as cash with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today because at B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Cold tonight with lows falling to 19 and a few clouds. And then heading into your Thursday, we'll look for partly cloudy skies, temps near freezing. teens for highs for the weekend. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jake McDaniel on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
So, Hammer, was I supposed to, quote unquote, to enjoy the temperature today? I keep on hearing that from all the meteorologists on all the different news stations. I enjoy the temps today. I didn't really enjoy it that much. I was out and about all morning, man. And the wind sucked. It was warmer, and the sun was out, and I love your forecast. It's negative 15. The sun's out. Okay.
We got that going for us.
So was I supposed to enjoy the temperature today? I guess fine. I was, but compared to what's coming and what was before, no thanks.
So by the time Friday and Saturday and Sunday roll around, this is going to be like 40 degrees warmer.
Is that right?
At least that's what it's going to feel like.
Wonderful.
Keeping an eye on this potential winter storm that's supposed to be making its way into Indy this weekend. Now, the temperature is going to fall off a cliff on Friday. Like Friday morning, the kiddos at the bus stop, you're looking at negative wind chills. And then Saturday into Sunday, you could see some accumulating snow. Now, it's way early, and a lot of folks feel like there is a chance that this may go south of central Indy.
It always does, I feel like. But sometimes, if you're playing the lottery, you get lucky.
Or in our case, kicked in the crotch.
Yeah.
Kicked in the crotch. So we will have a little bit more about this storm in the coming days. We'll get Marcus Bailey back on and see if he can give us a breakdown. Speaking of breakdowns, Nige, the big bad orange man, President Trump, went up to the World Economic Forum at Davos and broke down all of his thoughts on a number of different things. And at one point, he talked about taking over Greenland. This was a big talking point in the media the last couple of days. Is Donald Trump going to use force? How is he going to do it? Well, he told everybody today, one, NATO still sucks, but two, he will not be taking Greenland by force.
We never asked for anything, and we never got anything. We probably won't get anything unless I decide to use excessive strength and force where we would be, frankly, unstoppable. But I won't do that. Okay? Now everyone's saying, oh, good.
So he is not going to take Greenland by force.
You have to remember, Greenland is a strategic and geopolitical, military, economic advantage for the United States. So, like, we want to shell out some dough for that. That's fine. We're just tired of paying our own way in NATO. We're tired of protecting all these different countries,
right?
On our own dime.
And that's the reason why Trump's been so anti-NATO for so long. It's like the idea of NATO is a hell of a lot better than what actually happens if you're the United States. Here is President Trump speaking earlier today on the U.S. economy thriving despite what these quote-unquote experts thought.
Virtually all of the so-called experts predicted my plans to end this failed model would trigger a global recession and runaway inflation. But we have proven them wrong. It's actually just the opposite. In 1 year, our agenda has produced a transformation like America has not seen in over 100 years.
Yeah, I mean, the GDP is down, unemployment's down, economy is doing well. And, I mean, that's really what you're looking for going into the midterms later this year, Hammer.
Right. Because you got to think, what are the Democrats going to be using as their ammo? ICE is bad, and dudes with cranks need to be competing against girls. So far, at least based on the news cycle that I've been watching, those are the biggest talking points they have. ICE is bad. We're pro dudes with cranks playing with your daughter.
And Orange Man bad as well.
Of course.
Don't forget that.
Now, at one point, he kind of went on a tangent about windmills and China, and it went on and on. It was kind of funny because it reminded me of like when Seinfeld episodes used to come on, it would cut to Jerry doing some of his stand-up acts.
Okay.
Windmills all over Europe. There are windmills all over the place, and they are losers. The more windmills a country has, the more money that country loses, and the worse that country is doing. China makes almost all of the windmills, and yet I haven't been able to find any wind farms in China. Did you ever think of that? It's a good way of looking at it. They're smart. China's very smart. They make them, they sell them for a fortune. They sell them to the stupid people that buy them, but they don't use them themselves. They put up a couple of big wind farms, but they don't use them. They just put them up to show people what they could look like. They don't spin. They don't do anything. They use a thing called coal, mostly. I haven't been able to find any wind farms in China.
What's the deal with wind farms? What's the deal with coal?
By Trump standards, I thought he was pretty close to the vest in this speech. You didn't get rowdy, rally Trump. We didn't get a lot of nicknames out there. You know, he took a few shots at NATO and
Canada
and things like that. But for the most part, it was close to the vest Trump today. Not his most energetic speech, if you will. But
Very
I thought it was
strong.
good.
Very strong, though. I mean, when he was talking about Canada and NATO paying their own way, better watch what you're saying. When he was talking about the leader of Canada, better watch the next speech you do. It was low key, but it was, I don't think I've ever heard a speech like that in terms of how forceful's not the right word, just because it seems like he's bombastic and loud, but
his voice didn't seem like it was up to par.
It didn't, but in terms of the message, it was something that I hadn't heard before. Like very forceful, very like, watch your back. All right? Watch yourself. The United States.
Shake it fast, but watch yourself. Donald Trump was channeling his inner mystical today. That's what he was doing.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Now, what if I told you that there was somebody else from the Trump administration that would kind of upstage Donald Trump at being the hot take machine at Davos? Would you have bought that? Would you have believed that?
No.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the founding father of Nigel's Gay Studs Club, Scott Bessent of the Treasury.
Yeah.
He just pummeled Gavin Newsom. This was on the stage in Davos because Gavin is there running around for some reason with Alex Soros. And take a listen to Scott Bessent just body bag this dude.
I think it's very, very ironic that, Governor Newsom, who strikes me as Patrick Bateman meets Sparkle Beach Ken, may be the only Californian who knows less about economics than Kamala Harris.
Boom.
He's here this week with his billionaire sugar daddy, Alex Soros. When everyone else was on lockdown, when he was having people arrested for going to church, he was having $1,000 a night meals at the French Laundry, and I'm sure the California people won't forget that. Outward migration from California, a gigantic budget deficit, the largest homeless population in America, and the poor folks in the Palisades who had their homes burned down. He is here hobnobbing with the global elite while his California citizens are still homeless. Shame on him. He is too smug, too self-absorbed, and too economically illiterate to know anything.
Boom!
There you go, ladies and gentlemen, the president of the Gay Stud Club.
There he is.
Scott Bessent.
The founding father. He's the godfather of the Gay Studs Club.
Comparing Gavin Newsom to the serial killer on American Psycho? Played in the movie role by Christian Bale, and then something about the Ken doll.
Sparkle Ken. I mean, that was strong.
Incredible.
Called him smug and economically illiterate. I mean, that's pretty strong. Nigel, if you need a reason to drink tonight, happy 50th birthday, big 5-0, to Emma Bunton, a.k.a. Baby Spice.
Okay.
She was the blonde Spice Girl in the band.
I'll take your word for it.
So I kind of feel like this is more in Allison's wheelhouse. Allison, when you were a little girl growing up, did you listen to any Spice Girls back in the day?
I didn't. They were a little bit before my time, so maybe my babysitters listened to them.
Okay, so I've got 2 clips from Spice
Just
Girls
being
here.
honest.
We're going to play a little round of Don't Forget the Lyrics, okay? I'm going to play a Spice Girls song. I'm going to stop it at some point. You get the next line, okay?
All right.
Number 1. All right, get ready. Allison.
We'll be there?
We'll be there. Damn right we'll be there.
I would not have got that at all. Wow.
All right.
Okay.
Now we're cooking here. We're fishing with dynamite. All right, one more. Bring it home.
Ziggy zig ah.
We'll count it. That's good enough.
Ziggy zag ah.
Ziggy ziggy ziggy. Say ah.
Say ah.
There you go.
Impressive.
You sound like Biden.
Ziggy zig ah.
True international under pressure.
Anyways.
Matt Bear's got to look at the roads.
All right, check it out. Eastbound 70 in Hendricks County. Stop and go traffic from 525 east back to State Road 39. That's a construction zone with the right lane blocked. Northbound 69 on the northeast side, slow from 75th past 82nd. Inbound 65 slows west into Meridian. Southbound 6570 stop and go traffic from Michigan Street into the South Split. That is a 4-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by SuperSure. Do you own a small business? You need to hear this. A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure, not kind of sure, not pretty sure, but super sure, coming soon. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Baby Spice.
Yes.
Underrated in terms of the hotness list of the Spice Girls. Because everybody talks about the chick that married the soccer player.
Beckham?
Victoria Beckham. Posh Spice, if you will. Okay, fine. But Baby, I think, was a strong 2.
Okay.
And then you got
type her
into,
in
like, the athletic-y Spice. We weren't quite sure which way she was kind of going. And then you had the black chick who had just a body from hell, man. She was built like a rock star. Better abs than like any Olympic athlete.
Ooh, yeah, Baby Spice. I think it was the pigtails, maybe.
And then you had like the very curvy, redheaded Ginger Spice.
You know a lot about the
You
Spice
guys are
Girls.
creeping me out.
When you DJ weddings for 20 years, you break out the Spice Girls from time to time. All right, coming up next. Oh, I'm excited for this. Great moments in singing out of key history. I can't wait to find out why we're doing this next.
I had nothing but the best experience with Window Nation, windownation.com. They came out and changed out the entire front of my house, put in brand new windows within a day. And don't take my word for it. They got an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, and Window Nation was recently ranked highest on Forbes' list of best window installation companies.
This is a great deal from Window Nation, especially when you're getting the nasty, cold winter storm air that we're about to get this weekend. You gotta have good windows, energy efficient windows. It keeps the crappy air out and your perfect climate inside. And I'm telling you, I've seen this firsthand because I'm a customer. My heating and air bill got lower once I got energy efficient windows from Window Nation. So this is the deal. Buy 4, get 4 for free, and ask Window Nation about how you could get 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. windownation.com, but you got to tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Hi, I'm Tom Connors. Went to Mark Patrick's hypnosis seminar February 6, 2019. Nothing worked before. Left there and never smoked again. Amazing. Easy, affordable, and guaranteed. A year later, with my wife Michelle, attended Mark Patrick's weight loss seminar. She lost 18 pounds and I lost 43 in 8 weeks.
It's true. He smoked 2 packs a day and nothing worked until Mark Patrick Hypnosis. Now we're losing weight together, eating healthy, full on half the food. Crazy. Enjoy enjoying exercising. Who would have believed Mark Patrick hypnosis really works?
It's amazing. I can breathe again, my blood pressure went down, and I've got so much energy.
So much energy.
And look great.
Lose weight or stop smoking with hypnosis. Only $59.99. Destroy unwanted cravings. January 29th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss 5:30 p.m. Stop smoking at 8. Or January 31st, Holiday Inn Express Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss 11 a.m. Stop smoking at 2. Register at markpatrickseminars.com.
Is life insurance part of your New Year's resolution? Listen, if you're young and healthy, it's simple, and any old agent can get it done. But if you're 50 to 60 years old with a touch of wide waistband syndrome or have correlating health glitches, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider. Big Lou doesn't bait and switch you in with young and healthy rates only to clobber you with the truth down the road. $1 million of coverage could be as low as $200 per month. And unlike that treadmill, this one won't collect dust in the corner. Call Term Provider, speak with Big Lou, and find out how much he can save you on your new $1 million life insurance policy. Start this year off with peace of mind by calling Big Lou at 800-777-1979. 800-777-1979. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. For affordable term life insurance, call 800-777-1979 or biglou.com.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Jeff Saturday for Indiana Unclaimed.
Listen up. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Indiana Unclaimed might have found some of your money. And if you're like me, you had no idea. But I went and checked for my name on indianaunclaimed.gov. Look, I found a Hall of Fame quarterback on that list and the foundation of a former punter. The state of Indiana is reuniting folks with $1 million per week. Your name may be on that list too. Go find it at indianaunclaimed.gov.
Get 20% off a reverse osmosis system, dechlorinator, or iron filter. Standalone or added to your existing softener. Lowest price of the year, C&J. 317-733-SOFT, cnjwater.com.
Get a load of this. The Hammer and Nigel Show.
It's like the most hilarious show ever.
Hilarious unintentional. 93 WIBC.
So this musician on TikTok.
Oh, God.
We should just go back to break already. This guy goes by the name Empty Heaven Hammer.
This story keeps getting worse.
But it's gone viral because he made up a song about his wife's resume. Apparently his wife is a lawyer who actually has a job and does something with her life. And her loser husband is a TikTok musician. Anyway, she's a lawyer, but she's in Chicago and looking for a job. And so this guy on TikTok apparently made a song about her first few interviews. Here's a quick clip trying to get his wife more interviews.
Somebody hire my wife. My wife is an attorney. She's a lot smarter than me. She's looking for legal work in Chicago or remote. At legal writing, she's the GOAT. Let me tell you her experience. She's on appeals, vehicular, animal cruelty, and SVU. I swear.
Do you need to hear any more? Can I just put us all?
I'm pissed off you played this much of it.
I mean, if you were trying to get Crystal a job, the crazy coupon lady, and you, I don't know, made up a song and put it out on social media, inviting other employers to interview her, would that work, do you think?
She'd be my ex-wife at that point.
Do you think this? Now, this has gone...
She would leave me. She'd divorce me if I did something stupid like that. And I do a lot of stupid stuff.
This has gone viral, to use a word from 2009.
Why has this gone viral?
Because,
Why?
I don't know, it's TikTok, dude. I don't know that this is going to get you an interview at Ice Miller.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, your husband's a TikTok artist, and you want an interview? Okay.
Yeah, there's a guy out in the lobby that graduated from Harvard. So I think we're going to go with that guy, but thanks. I was going to hire you, but I heard that stupid song that your husband did, and now I want nothing to do with you. Like, I wonder how many jobs he's cost her. Like, I bet that's the reason why she's in Chicago looking for work. Captain Numbnuts there keeps driving people away. Good Lord. I hope she does leave him. I really do.
Oh, wow.
Now, listen, as you know, when we do Sing Along With Me for contests, I'm not a professional singer.
You're kidding.
Although I may be better than that lawyer's husband, I'm not a professional. But I'm old enough to know you should always stay in the key that you're comfortable in. Like, I try not to get very high.
Oh, Hammer. It's overrated.
Here's another video of a guy who found out that the key he's singing in probably too high.
It's the key.
Oh, House of the Rising Sun?
There is a house in New Orleans.
We're climbing. Jeez.
Okay, yeah. I mean, even the basic of, the rookies that are singers know that much.
Right. Like, you kind of went a little too big, too bold.
I mean, that's a tough song to sing anyway.
Was that Sebastian Bach of Skid Row trying to do that?
He sounds much better. Please.
I did like Skid Row back in the day.
I did too.
But this brings us to great moments in singing out of key history. Ladies and gentlemen, here to perform your national anthem, Olympic champion Carl Lewis.
Oh, say, can you see? And the Rockets, red flag. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
There it is.
I'll make up for it now.
Uh-oh.
For the land of the free.
There you go, buddy.
Great moments in singing out of key history. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Are you having a hard time making it through a day of work without foot pain or discomfort with things that used to be simple, like walking the dog? You may be thinking there's no way that something as simple as the Good Feet store can help you, like Bill.
My feet would just ache, my back would hurt, my ankles, everything just hurt. And I'd seen the commercial several times before I finally said, I'm going to do this. And I'll be darned if it didn't work. I feel a million times better than I ever did.
Another satisfied customer of the Good Feet store is Wendy.
Since wearing my arch supports from the Good Feet store, my back pain is gone and my feet don't hurt as much. And as I look into the future without pain, I see myself being even more adventurous, joyful, and full of possibility.
Come to the Good Feet store today for your free fitting and test walk. We're located in Castleton by the Fashion Mall or in Greenwood just off the 65. Or book your free fitting at goodfeet.com. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Discover your options at the Good Feet store.
Serving Indiana means being ready for growing energy demands. At Duke Energy, we're adding more power to the grid and working on hundreds of local projects to make your energy more reliable. We've strengthened nearly 20,000 poles, updated more than 270 substations, and prevented hundreds of thousands of outage hours with self-healing grid technology, so your power can come back on faster than ever. That's the smarter energy future Indiana deserves. Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu, medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Progressive's accident response can detect and send help when you need it most, after a major car accident. But other accidents, you're on your own. Like when you accidentally call your wife Mom. When you accidentally say Happy Holidays on someone's birthday. When you accidentally wave at someone you thought was waving at you. We can't help with those accidents, but Progressive's accident response provides peace of mind after major car accidents. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Limited availability in California. Driver is responsible for emergency and towing charges not covered by the policy.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
Federal charges coming for protesters. Right now at our Radio 1 studios, cloudy and 44. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 3:30. It's because they disrupted a Minnesota church service on Sunday.
The Department of Justice says arrests are coming in the case of that St. Paul church that was stormed by agitators on Sunday. For days, the St. Paul mayor did not publicly respond or issue a statement about the Baptist church that was stormed in her own city. The mayor's office did not respond to Fox's request for comment either. In a TV interview, the mayor addressed the church protest publicly for the first time, saying she respects sacred spaces, but says ICE, quote, led the way to agitators storming the church.
Fox's Matt Finn reporting. Organizers want a pastor there to resign over ICE ties, but the church says group just ended up scaring children and threatening families. President Trump says a deal for the U.S. to take over Greenland is in the works. In a Truth Social post, he says he's holding off on new tariffs after a meeting with NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte. An Indianapolis woman is charged with sending threats to Congresswoman Nancy Mace. Court documents say Shayla Addison sent several messages to Mace's phone and social media last January, leading the FBI to look into this.
The threat was if I went outside, there would be a bomb to blow me up and my employees.
Addison has agreed to plead guilty. Investigators found the messages came from within the Southern District of Indiana. Fewer people are dying from it, but heart disease is still the #1 cause of death in the U.S., says the American Heart Association. And Indiana Pacers head coach Rick Carlisle told 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan this morning that he greatly respects Indiana Hoosier head football coach Curt Cignetti.
Stuff with the press conference and Google me and all that kind of stuff. It really is kind of the coaching version of Babe Ruth calling his shot.
And he says Cignetti appears to have a simple formula he sticks with, and the execution is impressive. WIBC News Time is 3:32. You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
This is Chuck Lofton, here to talk to you about my friends at Exercise Inc. Exercise Inc. is the 20-minute, once-a-week workout program that will change your life. My wife Mary and I have been clients for 6 years. The program has worked well with my busy schedule. I was getting cardio, but I started the program because I understood the importance of strength training to overall health. It's helped me with managing my blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood sugar. The biggest help? My sluggish feeling was replaced with much-needed energy. It's designed to help clients get stronger in a shorter period of time. The studios are private, just you and your coach working to reach your goals. Exercise Inc. has 5 locations: Avon, Brownsburg, Greenwood, Zionsville, and now Fishers. So take it from me, Chuck Lofton. Improve the forecast for your health. Go to exerciseinc.com today to request a free consultation.
With your WIBC traffic now, what are you watching, Matt Bear?
We're in Hendricks County, Jake, and looking at eastbound 70 stop-and-go traffic after State Road 39 for about 3 miles. That is a construction zone with the right lane blocked. Southbound 65 into downtown, slow west to Meridian. Southbound 65-70 loaded up from the north split to the south split. And eastbound 70 now slow West Street into the south split. Northeast side, northbound 465 slow after East 56th Street to I-69. And northbound 69 stop-and-go traffic from the interchange past 82nd Street. Traffic sponsored by Super Sure. And do you own a small business? You need to hear this. A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure. Not kind of sure, not pretty sure, but super sure coming soon. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now here's the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
We're in for a cold, partly cloudy and breezy Wednesday night. Low temperatures will be falling into the lower 20s, and then you can expect a colder Thursday overall. Afternoon high temperatures will only be in the lower 30s with breezy winds at times and a mix of sun and clouds. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jake McDaniel on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Hello, my name is Nigel. Jason Hammer over there with a very special guest on the hotline.
He is the host of the Tony Kinnett cast.
Yeah.
He's an investigative reporter for the Daily Signal. Tony Kinnett joins us. Tony, did you get a chance to watch President Trump speaking in Davos earlier today?
Oh, of course. If there's anything that I love more than anything else, it's the President of the United States flipping off Europeans to their face. That's something I stand by as an American.
You're right. He did do that. But Nigel and I were talking earlier. It was a somewhat subdued Donald Trump. It wasn't as bombastic as he's been in the past, didn't raise his voice a lot. I feel like his voice was about to give out, to be honest with you. But there were a few moments, there were a few zingers in there for sure.
I think that what we're seeing right now is the president realizing that midterm year is probably not the best time for all of the bombastic behavior that we know and love. I don't think that's really what's going to be the driving theme for him in 26. He's posting now that he's got some kind of deal on Greenland in the works. I don't know. It's an interesting way that he's kind of carrying himself right now. I'm glad you picked up on that.
Yeah, he said he wasn't going to use force today to take Greenland. He was asked about that.
Well, that's because he's susceptible to the dark side. You're only supposed to use the force when you're in meditation or something like that.
It's a great reference, strong reference. But no, he said, hey, we're not going to use force. But then he goes out on Truth Social and says he may or may not have a deal in place.
Well, I think that right now, what the United States needs out of Greenland is mineral rights. I think that is the best thing that he could get. Now, there are a lot of people that are already doing the 4D double-decker Candyland chess and saying, well, actually, this was always his goal. I don't think so. I think, according to some of the reports we had in the White House, the man did want to buy Greenland. I think that Denmark said no. I think that NATO threw a hissy fit, and I think that right now he probably can't use enough political capital in order to get that across the table and win another trade war over this. But he does want mineral rights out of Greenland. I think he's going to end up getting it. And then if the United States wants to build another couple of military bases there, that's already in the treaty. So he comes away with a win. It's just not like, Kurt Signetti win.
I think I was telling Hammer, I thought even though his tone and tenor was subdued, it was more forceful than I've heard him before. Talking about Canada and their leader, you better watch yourself the next time you make a speech kind of thing. And militarily, yes, Greenland is a big deal to the United States, right? On both fronts there. I mean, do you agree that maybe he was subdued in tone and tenor, heading into 2026? You don't need this. He's fired. But you do need a strong, confident voice.
So this is actually something we've been talking about with the Oversight Project for quite a bit. The idea that right now what Americans want is not the memes. So we had the memes that, came off right out of the gate, made fun of Joe Biden. It was awesome. It was funny. And then Kristi Noem was like, hey, what if I ran the Department of Homeland Security like a big meme? And everyone was like, why? Why would you do that? Why would you do little photo shoots before operations? Why not just do the operations? And there's a very interesting idea right now among a lot of Americans in the independent and on the right who suggest that they would prefer it be Tom Homan instead of Kristi Noem. Kind of father figure, come in, no nonsense, get it done. No, we're not doing the, immediately pretending that you know everything and really forceful, flowery speech. Tom Homan comes in and says, no, we'll deport him together. And they try to get a rise out of him. He doesn't do it. That's the energy Trump is bringing now. And all I'll say is this, if he governs like at this very moment for the rest of his presidency, I won't miss a wink of sleep. I think Americans want calm, but like firm, kind of like your neighborhood cop leadership.
Tony Kinnett joining us, host of the Tony Kinnett Cast. So let's turn our attention to Minnesota here. And
Mogadishu.
Don Lemon and his good time party friends up in near the Lake Minnetonka, where Prince used to celebrate the waters, decided it'd be a great time to storm into a church. We're going to find peaceful Christians worshiping God on a Sunday. We're going to storm into that church and make complete horses' asses of ourselves.
So I spent the entire show last night on this. I was only planning on spending about half of it, and it enraged me so much to see the video, the photography of not only children terrified, but when the children clearly crying on their mother's laps, when that was spotted by the rioters, by the trespassers, that enraged the protesters, trespassers more. And they started screaming at the children. And I'm going to say this clear about that Danny guy. There are very few people who, upon seeing them in public, it would take a lot of effort for me not to engage in physical violence upon seeing them. He may be the exception. I have never seen a person gloat over making children cry. All I can say is they better throw him away, lock him up, and toss the key, because this is, I'm sorry, just yeah, Don Lemon's awful. Yeah, the BLM leader acts like a BLM leader. Okay. But that dude, to run in and gloat about making children cry as some kind of a Marxist goal to terrify children for life, they're scarred. You're not supposed to do that kind of nonsense anyway. But I mean, when you go and surround and intimidate people like that, honest to goodness, it would be a mercy for him for the police to get to him before somebody else does. And I wouldn't shed a tear.
You said that Danny guy, you're talking about the kind of the leader, the organizer, the guy with that smelly hippie beatnik, unshowered, with the long beard, right?
Looks like your typical Oregon fan. Yes.
Now that's a good way to put it. Yeah, the kind of guy who thinks that Mumford & Sons is still a good band in 2026. You know what I'm saying? The guy that has more names for IPAs than Tim Walz has for tampons. That kind of a guy.
Just real quick on this note, I said it yesterday. Why don't these people? Okay, you go into a Christian church. There's people praying to God. Maybe try it at a mosque. See where that gets you. Why wouldn't they do that?
Well, also, there were a lot of, probably one of my favorite things to see across the social media sphere was a lot of videos that people recorded from probably left-leaning churches, but who were so outraged by this, they said, why don't you stop by, as they called it, a black church, see how that turns out for you. Like, we got the spirit of Peter in us. We aren't going to let you get in the door. And I called a couple of churches that I know and encouraged them to step up security. Obviously, of course, they're not going to touch a mosque in Mogadishu or Minneapolis, whatever you want to call it. And now you have the city leaders that don't know what to do, because what they're looking at here is a very blatant violation of the FACE Act. Now, again, this has to be investigated correctly. You can't just send in the squad and arrest everybody on RICO charges. You got to take your time and do this right. But I hope that when they do go through and do this right, that I'm telling you what, the maximum state of the law. I said this before. The minute Danny hits trial, I'm driving up there to watch this trial with a cigar in my mouth the entire time.
One more thing here on Minnesota, Tony. You know, the ICE conversation has hijacked the fraud conversation. Originally, we were talking about fraud in Minnesota, and then the ICE shooting, and then the church situation, the church protest happened. Where are we at with the fraud investigation? Because I got a bad feeling nobody's going to be held accountable again.
So this is one of the things that I really like having people like Scott Bessent in office for. The Treasury Department is very, very thorough. You might notice from how they pick your pocket once a year, every year. So the Treasury Department, looking into the different facets of Minnesota, there are whistleblowers that are now being given certain kinds of federal protections that we usually only see with major financial cases. Those are in the works. Whether the media wants to talk about it or not, the Democrats are going to try and link this ICE conversation to the fraud situation to get themselves out of it. And they're doing the same thing now with this violence and intimidating at churches. They're essentially trying to cash in their chips right now over the 2026 midterms, and it's going to be a disaster for them to try to do this. They think they're getting away with something here. They're not, and it's going to get ugly for them.
Oh, I think Tim Walz, there's nobody happier there in Minnesota than old balls Tim Walz, the governor, that the spotlight has been taken off him.
I haven't seen him this happy since he was serving in combat in Italy during the Cold War.
I haven't seen him this happy since he was skipping and doing jazz hands in a chorus line at the DNC.
What a friend of school shooters, that Tim Walz.
Oh, goodness.
Let's turn our attention to our neighbors to the west here, the great state of Illinois and their governor, Fat Pig. You sent me a message earlier in the week that they may be doing some shenanigans with their crime records here. What's going on?
Oh, yeah. Oh, good. Whenever you say I sent you a text, I get ready to hear people find out that I'm not such a nice, loving, sweet person on the air. No, in regard to Illinois, they have signed a law in that in the last 7 years, if you have committed some kind of nonviolent crime, and when I mean nonviolent crime, for some reason in Illinois, that includes sexual crimes. Now those records are sealed. So in Illinois, if you've committed some kind of horrible offense, like let's say like you have dabbled in child pornography, which a lot of people in Illinois have been arrested for in the last couple of decades, well, now that can be completely sealed away, and your future employer, individuals in your neighborhood even, there's some question as to whether a federal court may intervene here with regard to the sex offender registry in this particular case. Illinois says, no one needs to know that you committed grand theft auto or that you committed, as long as you didn't commit murder, we're going to just wipe the record clean and seal it away and say Illinois, as the state government, talked to you at some point in the past. That's the new law they've
Why would
signed.
they do that? Why? What is the point?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of people moving out of Illinois, and I guess this just gives criminals a reason to stay and, just keep on Illinoising. I mean, really, it's just the same group of people whose constituents are those who are repeat offenders of the very kinds of fraud that are being exposed right now.
So if you've been arrested for one of those things that you just mentioned that is supposed to be covered up now, and you go to do a job interview, I know a lot of these companies, Tony, they have LexisNexis or whatever it is, some sort of system where they use to check your background. You're telling me all that stuff's going to be like covered up now?
Yeah, that is exactly what I am saying.
Wow.
That in Illinois now it is illegal. And also if the state of Illinois catches you essentially doing some private investigation that leads you to say no as a result of a nonviolent crime over the last 7 to 21 years, then the state of Illinois will come after your company because you didn't hire the convicted embezzler at your local bank.
Ridiculous. Hey, can you come back for one more segment? Because I want to get your thoughts on what they're doing in Virginia's State House, and we'll compare that to what happened into ours. Can we do that?
You got it.
Tony Kinnett, the Tony Kinnett cast. He's coming right back. This is the Hammer and Nigel Show.
They called him the cowboy of the Ramapos, a ghost who rode by night, raiding patriot farms, vanishing into the mountains before dawn. But on this day, the hunter became the hunted.
WIBC celebrates the spirit of 76. Brought to you by Tony Katz presents Trump 1 year later.
January 21st, 1779. Loyalist raider Claudius Smith was captured in New York after months of terrorizing settlers in the Hudson Highlands. To some, he was a hero. To others, a criminal who preyed on neighbors. Weeks later, he was hanged. A reminder that the revolution was fought not only on battlefields, but in the shadows of fear, loyalty, and divided convictions.
The spirit of 76. History remembered. Freedom celebrated. Sponsored by Trump. 1 year later, an evening of insight, conversation, and bourbon with Tony Katz. Tickets available at WIBC.com.
Big question you have to ask yourself is, when talking about retirement, planning for retirement is the most important thing that's going to help you maintain your same lifestyle in retirement. The answer is income. You have a consistent and steady stream of income, you're going to be able to do all the things you want in retirement. It's Hammer Nigel here. If you didn't realize it, there are strategies that could give you a 20% upfront bonus and a strong return that's averaged nearly 10% a year. It's backed by one of the largest insurance companies in the world. It's like your own personal pension.
Set up that free consultation with Bill Demery. He will walk you through all the ways your money can work for you. Let your money take care of you. Bill Demery will break it all down. Just set up the free appointment. 317-805-4716. 317-805-4716. 317-805-4716. 4716 or visit yourretirementguy.com. Hammer and Nigel here for Premier Weight Loss Indy, PWLindy.com, 2 different locations. And look, everybody is somewhere different in their health journey. People aren't the same, and treatments should not be the same. This is why I love Premier Weight Loss Indy. It's an in-person visit. You're going to get a consultation with a professional, and they will customize a plan specifically for you. Again, no plans are the same because people are not the same. So if you really want to take your health to the next level this year, start by going online to PWLindy.com. I lost a bunch of weight of my own, but then I hit a plateau and I couldn't lose anymore. I reached out for help. Premier Weight Loss Indy jumped in the mix, and now I'm down 16 additional pounds in 2 months. PWLindy.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you. Take care of your health.
A new year means great new lease deals from Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Lease a 2025 Accord Hybrid Sport for $279 a month or a 2026 CR-V LX all-wheel drive for just $269 a month. Your choice for only $4,999 down. Make the most of the new year at Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Tax not included with approved credit through Honda Financial. In-stock new Hondas only, not combinable with other offers. $10K a year, all fees, taxes, and first payment due at signing. Lease offers require qualifications for Honda loyalty. Offer ends January 31st, 2026. See dealer for details.
Struggling with chronic joint pain? Don't want risky surgery or endless pills? QC Kinetics is your answer. Our non-invasive treatment stimulates your body's own biologics and has a fantastic success rate without lengthy recovery or harmful medications. Ready to live your life pain-free? Go to qckinetics.com/Indianapolis or call 317-559-PAIN and get a no-obligation consultation. Whether it's stem cell, PRP, or a number of other revolutionary therapies, QC Kinetics should be the last call you make. Call 317-559-PAIN.
Lose weight or stop smoking with hypnosis, guaranteed or your money back. Only $59.99. Destroy unwanted cravings, late night eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. Also destroy your desire to smoke without cravings, irritability, or weight gain, or your money back. Hypnosis January 29th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss of 5:30 p.m. Stop smoking at 8.
I'll make
And
sure my
January
fans
31st
cry.
at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss 11 a.m. Stop smoking at 2. Register at markpatrickseminars.com.
Ben Franklin here to talk to you about your water heater. A water heater is a vital part of your home's plumbing. When it doesn't work, it can really freeze up your routine. Call the pros at Benjamin Franklin Plumbing about water heater options for your home. Visit BenjaminFranklinPlumbing.com or call 877-BEN-1776 to request an appointment. Call for details. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in their respective state or county.
Call today or go to bwindow.com and receive up to 60% off plus 24 months, same as cash, with 0% interest.
Because at B-Window,
We mean business. We mean business.
Step into the spotlight with Dancing with the Stars. Catch the live show at Old National Center Wednesday, February 25th. Reserve your seats and tickets today at WIBC.com.
All right. Get ready to have a celebration with us.
Really? Why?
We have a new sponsor that has joined WIBC, and we're going to lose our minds after Matt bears traffic.
All right, Hendricks County, looking at eastbound 70 stop-and-go traffic after State Road 39 to 525 east. That's a delay of 18 minutes because of construction. On the northeast side, northbound 465 slow after Penn Pike up to I-69. Northbound 69 stop-and-go up to 82nd. Southbound 65 70 jams. North split down to the south split, delayed 2 minutes. Southbound 65 continues to be slow down to South Keystone Avenue. Eastbound slow roll Harding Street into South Split for a 2-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 60% off plus 24 months, same as cash with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today because at B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
All right. It's 45.
Yeah?
At the Dugan Air Heating and Cooling Mitsubishi Electric Studios. Woo! Let's go! Let's go! They're not booing. They're saying Dugan. Dugan.
You like that, buddy?
Huh?
I need you to sit down, Nigel.
Kinett's pelvic thrusting in front of Allison, and I'm cheering him on.
Yeah, and it's
That's
on the
what's
YouTube
happening
feed.
in here.
Oh boy, if you're on YouTube, you.
Tony
Oh,
Kinnett, you're missing one
come
hell of a
on,
party in
Nigel,
here as
sit
we
down.
celebrate a new sponsor to the show.
Already sloshed.
Yeah, welcome to the party. Dugan Air Heating and Cooling Mitsubishi's Electric Studios.
Out of breath.
Get some, baby. Tony Kinnett, we got a little bit over a minute left here. I'm old enough to remember when Rod Bray and the Good Time Party Boys of the Indiana Senate said, yeah, we're not really interested in this whole changing of the congressional maps. Nobody's going to do that. Other states have said they're not going to do it either. Well, then here comes Virginia, and they say, hold my beer, and boy, they just changed the hell out of the map.
I mean, who didn't see this coming? I mean, honest to God, I remember hearing, well, we can't just have Indiana do this. What if those do-nothing Republicans continue to do nothing? I remember hearing that on these very airwaves. I would never do that. I would rather have the son of Bai, as in Indiana, of course. That kind of logic is really stupid. And it turns out that when Abigail Spanberger then comes in and forbids ICE from working with law enforcement, and then also shackles Virginia to the green initiatives and encourages fraud and does all the stuff that we thought, same in New Jersey with Mickey Sherrill, gee, now they're also doing their redistricting efforts and they're going to gerrymander their states. Yep, that is a thing. It cannot be stopped by a federal judge. It is a requirement of the states to act nationally. Now, that's because I've read U.S. history books.
Right.
Yeah, amazing. When you read U.S. history, you find out why we have the process we do. Not because some angry pseudo-libertarian tells you on Facebook, no, we got to play by the rules.
Find him on Twitter at The Tonus, one of the great handles of all time, at The Tonus, and the Tony Kinnett Cast. It's tonight right after our show at 7. My man, Tony Kinnett, thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
Have a Dugan afternoon, my dudes.
Boom.
American Standard Heating and Air, built to a higher standard. I only use American Standard dealers and American Standard equipment. Here is Hammer to talk about one of those amazing local independent dealers in Central Indy.
Reinhardt Heating and Cooling in Danville. Danny Reinhardt started Reinhardt Heating and Cooling back in 1986. And this year, 2026, marks Reinhardt's 40th year in business. They're one of the longest tenured American Standard dealers in all of Central Indy. Danny's son and daughter, they're among the well-trained experts that are taking care of you right now at Reinhardt Heating and Cooling. Reinhardt Heating and Cooling serving Danville, Avon, Heritage Lake, all of Hendricks County. To make sure your system is running efficiently, call Reinhardt in Danville. Ask them about better indoor air quality service too. 317-745-4526 for Reinhardt Heating and Cooling in Danville. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Jewelry Graham. Hi, I'm Brian, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. Here to remind you that Valentine's Day is Saturday, February the 14th. It's the most romantic day of the year to give and get fine jewelry. We have expertly crafted gifts for every type of sweetheart, any style, any budget. Get creative and design a custom necklace with meaningful charms, including 14-karat gold letters, engravable hearts, and birthstones. For the one, we'll help you propose with a dream engagement ring. Come see our wide selection of hand-picked natural and lab-grown diamonds in all shapes and sizes, in stock and ready to compare side by side. At Shane Company, love is always in the air with our all-inclusive free lifetime warranty, everyday competitive prices, and no-pressure shopping experience. Come see us in store or at shaneco.com because a friend wants you to win Valentine's Day. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
It's the strongest hearts that remind us to cherish the moments. It's the grandmas who made us sit up straighter, the grandpas who showed us old records, and the parents who were embarrassingly loud at our games. It's those hearts that are anything but ordinary. Caring for extraordinary hearts for decades, Franciscan Health knows heart care is more than just a name on a chart. It's somebody who shaped your whole life. Heal your heart today at franciscanhealth.org/heartcare.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Now that's how you make Indiana football history. And this is how you celebrate it. Academy Sports and Outdoors has Indiana championship gear. Hoodies designed to turn your rivals crimson with envy. Hats poised for the champion's nod. And official jerseys that never fade from glory. Indiana fans, you are the champions. Now gear up like a winner. New championship styles are arriving daily at your local Bloomington store and online at academy.com. Fun can't lose.
Stay warm and cozy all winter long with a Howald Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing tune-up. Seasonal wear and tear can take its toll on your furnace. Schedule now. Howald Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing, where coming home never felt so good.
Listen to Hammer and Nigel all this week for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see John Mellencamp Saturday, July 18th at Ruoff Music Center.
Oh yeah, life goes on.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Dugan Air Heating and Cooling Mitsubishi Electric Studios, you'll hear an update about the former Columbus Township trustee from today. Some Hoosier politicians want tighter cell phone restrictions for kids in the classroom. Some don't. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HG1, Indianapolis. It's 4 o'clock.
be a thaw in the Greenland debate. On Lisa Brady, Fox News. President Trump announcing a framework for a future deal after pushing for the U.S. to own the Danish territory.
Really fantastic for the USA. Gets everything we wanted, including especially real national security and international security.
The president just telling reporters it's the ultimate long-term deal, though also saying it's still a work in progress in an earlier post describing it as a framework for the entire Arctic region. This follows a meeting during a forum in Switzerland with the head of NATO, Mark Rutte, who said earlier he shares the president's security concerns.
When it comes to the Arctic, I think President Trump is right. Other leaders in NATO are right. We need to defend the Arctic. We know that the sea lanes are opening up. We know that China and Russia are increasingly active in the Arctic.
U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer tells Fox there's a broader conversation that's long overdue.
Greenland's part of it. The NATO 5% commitment is another part of it. Our trade relations are part of it. We're in the middle of making sure that our trade relations, our security relations are in the interest of the United States of America.
Denmark has said that Greenland is not for sale, and some European countries had threatened retaliation over a Trump tariff threat. The president also announcing those tariffs are now canceled, and that sent stocks soaring. The Dow up 595 points at the bell had been even higher. A House committee just taking the first step toward holding a former president in contempt for the first time, advancing resolutions against former President Clinton and Hillary Clinton for failing to appear under subpoena in a Jeffrey Epstein investigation. Attorneys for the Clintons have called the subpoenas invalid. Some Democrats have argued the panel is focusing on the wrong witnesses, but 9 Democrats were among those who voted in favor of the resolutions, which are a step toward a possible criminal prosecution by the Justice Department. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
26 years in the Department of Correction. 43 degrees in downtown Indianapolis with mostly cloudy skies. I'm Jake McDaniel, and here's what's trending at 4:02. That's how long former Columbus Township trustee Benjamin Jackson will serve after blowing over $1 million of taxpayer money on things like travel and his own home repairs. Bartholomew County Prosecutor Lindsay Holden said today, seeing something like this is just disappointing.
However, at the end of the day, corruption is corruption, and regardless of what party you're from, the fact of the matter is he committed very serious crimes and needed to be held accountable.
Holden says the investigation was a slam dunk thanks to a paper trail that made the prosecution pretty straightforward. Jackson now has to pay back that $1.1 billion. Indiana lawmakers are considering changing a law regarding wireless communication devices in schools. Here's John Herrick.
The current law says students are not allowed to use phones during instructional time, but they can use them during lunch and passing periods. The Senate, however, approved a bill this week that would not allow students to use wireless communication devices at all during the school day. Supporters of it say it will help keep students focused on their education, but critics of it argue that there are a lot of practical and safety concerns with it. The bill gets reviewed by the House next. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Average gas price today, $2.76 a gallon. One person who respects Indiana Hoosier head football coach Curt Cignetti is Indiana Pacers head coach Rick Carlisle.
From a coaching perspective, he has what appears to be a simple formula, but the level of execution is, it's spectacular.
Carlisle told 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan this morning the Indiana Hoosiers winning the national title is a remarkable story. And IU says a championship celebration will be held at Memorial Stadium on Saturday from 1 to 1:30 in the afternoon. Gates open at 10 that morning, and the parade of players begins at 11:30. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 4:04.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money. You deserve it. and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220. That's Hammer and Nigel to 46220. Or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
You've got WIBC traffic at 405 with Matt Bear.
Yeah, Jake, on the east side, northbound 465 slow from Penn Pike up to I-69. There is a stalled truck blocking the right shoulder of Fall Creek. Northbound 69 stop and go traffic 465 up to 96. Eastbound 70 slows before Weston to the south split. Southbound 65-70 jams north split to the south split. That's a 2-minute delay. Hendricks County eastbound 70 still loaded after State Road 39 for a couple of miles. That's because of road construction, and the delay right now is at 5 minutes. Traffic sponsored by ChumbaCasino.com. With over 100 online casino-style games, Chumba Casino is your destination for nonstop entertainment. No purchase necessary. VGW Group void were prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 21+. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Warning for a cold, partly cloudy and breezy Wednesday night. Low temperatures will be falling into the lower 20s, and then you can expect a colder Thursday overall. Afternoon high temperatures will only be in the lower 30s with breezy winds at times and a mix of sun and clouds. Friday, temperatures crash even farther downhill with numbers only in the teens through the daytime hours, and we're also going to have sub-zero wind chills at times with breezy winds. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jake McDaniel on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock
it! I mean, it's a move in the right direction. The Department of Justice serving subpoenas to subpoenas.
Funky cult subpoenas.
Old Balls Tim Walz, the governor of Minnesota, little guy Jacob Fry, the mayor of Minneapolis, and other officials amid an, quote, immigration crackdown. They're saying, the DOJ saying that they conspired to impede law enforcement during immigration crackdowns, Hammer. Is this a move in the right direction, like I put it, or is this going to be like a nothing?
Let me look into my crystal ball, which absolutely is not a Clorox container. Okay, I'm looking into my crystal ball. I see subpoenas being passed out, okay? I see congressional hearings.
Ooh, okay.
I see empty jail cells. I don't see anybody going to jail because nobody ever goes to jail in these things. They totally should go to jail, but they don't go to jail. You know who goes to jail? People like us when we break the law. But little guy Jacob Fry, old balls Tim Walz, domestic abuser, allegedly, Keith Ellison, they're going to skate. Just like the people that skated censoring you at Big Tech. Just like those crooks during COVID. They're all going to skate. They're going to get away with it all. And you know what we're going to do? Bend over and take it up the tailpipe.
You like that, buddy? Do you? I think you're right. And we're going to wind up with some fairly decent sound bites to play on this show for you in front of those committee hearings.
That'll be great for the show.
Yeah.
You know, oh boy, I bet the hearings will be fire. Comer's going to be on a bender. But nobody is going to go to jail. And they're going to get away with this. They're going to get away with defrauding the people of Minnesota billions of dollars in taxes.
Yeah, well, that's not even what this subpoena has to do with from the DOJ. This is impeding law enforcement, talking about civil wars and telling local law enforcement not to comply or work with ICE.
So the same rhetoric they said that Donald Trump did on January 6th, right?
Oh, he can't bring that up. There's no comparison.
Okay, fine. This whole thing, I wish I had more optimism. You know, I want to be a fun guy. I want to be a positive guy, but I'm a jilted lover when it comes to all this kind of stuff. I've seen this movie before, and it does not end well. It does not end with justice.
Epstein, Hunter Biden's laptop, suppression of information via social media and conspiracy with the big-time legacy media and Biden's Department of Justice, and I could go on and on. COVID.
Right.
Good Lord. Yeah. Nothing.
I mean,
zero. Zilch. You lose. Good day, sir.
I mean, follow the money of the Biden crime family. I know everybody on the left is like, Donald Trump's a criminal. Donald Trump's a felon. Look at the following of the dollars of Hunter Biden, Burisma. Look who got paid. You got worthless brothers. You've got sister-in-laws. They all got rich because of this.
And in some cases, funneling money into Ukraine back into the DNC.
And then Hunter got a pardon after he was...
oh, that's right.
After he was,
Oh, a preemptive pardon, by the way.
Yeah. Joe Biden said he wasn't going to do it, but then as soon as he was getting ready to slide out the door, better get Cokehead McGee a pardon over here.
Well, let's slow your roll there just a second, Padre. The auto pen gave him the pardon.
That's right.
The auto pen gave Hunter the pardon.
President Auto Pen. Okay, so we rolled out this new game a couple weeks ago. I think we're ready to play it again.
Okay.
It's time to play this freaking guy. And the way this works, Nigel, I'm going to run a story by you, and you have to do your best to hold back the urge to say the phrase, this freaking guy. Okay?
Oh, okay.
If you can hold back the urge to say it, you're a winner. We're going to start with William Kelly, the deranged leftist agitator that stormed into the church in Minnesota. Here he is daring Pam Bondi and the Department of Justice to charge him.
I mean, what we're seeing around this country is they're using their political influence to attack people that disagree with them. They're going to come at me with charges, and I'm not scared of that. There's no base for these charges. I did not block them from, their service. They welcomed us in. They never asked us to leave. The police never came in and removed us. So we didn't stop their service. In fact, people were still praying the entire time. The music was still playing the entire time. So, Pam Bondi, you want to come and arrest me? You want to come and give me charges? So be it. And for all the people giving me death threats, threatening my life, kill me. Go ahead, kill me. Because you know what? As Fred Hampton said, you can kill the revolutionary, but you can't kill the revolution.
That's what this is, storming into a church, an angry mob yelling at Christians and children, talking about their white privilege. That's the revolution. Is that what this is? I don't know what this guy's name is. There's a couple different nutbags with long, scraggly, unshowered beards.
They're upset that Indiana beat Oregon. I'm telling you, they're very upset that Oregon lost.
And my message to that guy is the same message that the bad guy had in Tombstone. Well, bye. Okay, you go to jail then. I think there were laws broken. The FACE Act, for once. Look it up, as Signetti once said. Coach Signetti, just look up. You cannot go in there, intimidate and threaten and yell and scream like they did. And again, I'll reiterate, try it in a mosque. I don't think that would have happened. You wouldn't have dared do it in a mosque. It would have been a completely different outcome.
Not even a mosque. Try it in Texas. Go to a Texas Sunday service. Somebody tried to do a mass shooting there a couple of years ago, and they fired back.
That's right. Wow. This freaking guy!
There you go. Ah, there it is. I thought you were going to make it through. I thought you were going to make it through. All right, let's try another one here.
Again.
Some dweeb on CNN tried to tell Scott Jennings that he's not allowed to say the word illegals anymore. It's a different time. You can't say illegals anymore.
Is that right?
Needless to say, it did not go over really well.
I recognize you haven't reviewed all the material
anymore.
But
you have. The
diverse.
The percentage.
Who are you to tell me what I can and can't? I've never met you, brother. I can say whatever I want. They're illegal aliens, and that's what the law calls them, illegal aliens. That's what I'm going to call them.
Right. Listen, you can't say illegals anymore because ICE is directly targeting legal citizens of this country. And
how are you going to enforce your edict on me, just out of curiosity?
Listen, I understand.
But just listen to his point about illegal.
No, I want to know why he gets to instruct
You're
my
changing the topic.
Hang on. You're making a point about people being arrested. I understand that your job is predicated on just getting increasingly more demented every single week, and
Yours
that the
is
audience
too.
comes back to see if perhaps
make your point.
My point is that you're saying the word illegals, but you don't even really know what's happening. Or actually, I think you do, and you're doing this on purpose. But
Yes,
the truth
because
is,
I want the law enforced.
they are not just targeting illegal immigrants. They are targeting natural-born U.S. citizens.
They are not.
That is a fact. You
They are
cannot
not.
deny that. I mean, you can on national television.
They are
deny
not.
facts all the time.
They
You've
are
done it a
not.
couple times in this very episode.
I still want to know how you're going to enforce your language.
We'll take that up.
How are we going to enforce it?
We're going to take that up in the break.
You know what? This friggin' guy, seriously.
There
Like,
it is.
honestly, like, was it Abby Phillip that was on the panel there at CNN? I don't know who these people are that were
She was
trying to bring
hosting the panel.
She was hosting the panel, and she keeps on saying, well, let's keep on topic. Let's keep on topic. You don't address him telling you not to say illegals. He kept bringing it up. The little dweeb. Did you say dweeb? Which
Yes.
is a very underutilized terminology for
Thank you.
these people. The dweeb kept on bringing up the fact that Scott Jennings, who was a Republican on that panel, used to work for, like in Mitch McConnell's camp, an advisor there in Washington, and now he is a star on CNN. And the dweeb kept on bringing up the fact that he was using the word illegal. It wasn't Scott Jennings. So don't try to twist it, Abby Phillip. Okay? Let him answer the allegations that you're not allowed to use the word.
Right.
Oh, no, stay on topic. Address his point. He was addressing his point.
And if you're a Democrat, are you embarrassed by that? Like, of all the people CNN could put up there on the panel, and it was Cameron Kasky. Now, he's this activist. He was one of the students at Parkland when they had the big, shooting that took place. And I hate that that took place, and I feel bad that he probably lost some friends.
I understand.
But that doesn't give you a right to go on CNN and act like you're some sort of voice of reason.
Yeah.
Because when people have a different opinion that are smarter than you, they're going to hand you your ass on a silver platter. It's the same thing with that little David Hogg turd. He went from being somebody that claimed he was at Parkland, even though technically, if you look at the research, he wasn't even there for the shooting, to some sort of big wig in the Democratic Party. This Cameron Kasky turd is doing the same thing. Just because you saw something traumatic doesn't mean we have to listen to a policy debate from you. And Scott Jennings handed him his ass. Yeah. All right, Matt Bear is standing by in the WIBC Traffic Center. Are these roads handing us our ass, Matthew?
Not yet, but the night is young. Looking at northbound 465 at Fallen Creek, it's a stalled truck on the right shoulder, causing stop-and-go traffic past Penn Pike, an 8-minute delay. Southbound 6570 loaded up from the north split to the south split. That's a construction zone. Eastbound 70, stop-and-go traffic from Weston to the south split. South side, eastbound 465 slows from 31 to I-65. Crash east side 38th Street at Emerson Avenue. Traffic sponsored by Super Shore. Do you own a small business? You need to hear this. A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get Super Shore, not kind of sure, not pretty sure, but Super Shore coming soon. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
It's 45 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Is this anything next? Party people, Hammer here from the Hammer and Nigel show. Listen, we've reached that part of the new year where you're past the holidays, but you still feel like you've got some cleaning to do. Relax. This is where my friends at Rubbish Works come in. Rubbish Works, full service junk removal. When I say full service, they bring the dumpster and they also do the lifting, the loading, and the hauling. You sit there, drink a beer, point at what you want them to get, and they take care of it. And it doesn't matter what it is. It could be furniture. It could be appliances. It could be cleaning out the clutter in the garage. You point, they pick it up. They will be on time. They've got a professional crew. And right now, if you use the code HAMMER, you're going to get $25 off your next cleaning. HAMMER is that promo code. 317-207-2749. Start the year lighter and more organized with Rubbish Works.
Do not trust the sale of your home to just anybody. Hammer and Nigel here. You got to go with a local real estate expert, the one guy that knows the market inside and out. That's Mark Deedle and his team. Yeah, they're the experts. How about Michael in Speedway? Loved his Speedway house, raised his family there, but it was time to sell and downsize. So he met up with Mark Deedle, and just like the Speedway, things moved very fast from there. After just 3 days on the market, Michael accepted an offer for $11,000 over asking price. Yet another success story with Mark Deedle and his team.
Mark Deedle guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline or he will buy it. That's right, he will buy it. You pick the move date, no long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time. Call Mark Dietel today, 317-755-4232, or visit markdietel.com. That's Mark, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietel.com.
Jeff Saturday for Indiana Unclaimed.
Listen up. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Indiana Unclaimed might have found some of your money. And if you're like me, you had no idea. But I went and checked for my name on indianaunclaimed.gov. Look, I found a Hall of Fame quarterback on that list and the foundation of a former putter. The state of Indiana is reuniting folks with $1 million per week. Your name may be on that list too. Go find it at indianaunclaimed.gov.
Garage Doors of Indianapolis has been a local, family-owned and operated business for nearly 50 years and helps keep central Indiana's economy strong by employing over 70 families. Garage Doors of Indianapolis stands by their products and services while they share and embrace our conservative values. So when you have garage door problems, call them today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis, 875-4577, 875-4577, or visit doorstoday.com.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
He's Donald Trump's #1 enemy in Congress, Chicago politician Dick Durbin. Now, Durbin has a new scheme. He's doing the dirty work to benefit corporate megastores. Durbin's bill could cut corners on your credit card security, putting your personal data at risk. Big chain retailers and warehouse stores want to inflate their profits, and liberal Dick Durbin would help them do it. Tell senators, say no to the megastores and Dick Durbin. Paid for by the Electronic Payments
From
Coalition.
military life to a rewarding career in IT, kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll. Brought to you by Indiana Unclaimed, a program presented by the Attorney General's office here in Indiana. Reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every single week. Fast, easy, and free. Search it up, indianaunclaimed.gov.
Little Birdie told me the Attorney General may be here tomorrow. We can talk some more Indiana Unclaimed, among other things, on our program.
Sounds good.
Is this anything? Police in New York City are searching for 3 armed robbers who stole $100,000 worth of merchandise from a Pokemon store.
Yeah.
Here are the owners of the store talking about the robbery.
They came through, blocked the door, kind of pointed some guns at some of the customers in the front, told everyone to stay back, came to the thing over here, started smashing with a hammer and just taking things from there.
I'm just really glad everyone is safe. When I watched the tape, they were just like pointing guns like right in the faces of my friends, our customers, our community. Luckily, no one was hurt. So I'm very thankful for that. They did steal over $100,000 worth of merchandise.
Did you see this video, Hammer?
I have not.
It's very disturbing because it is a smash and grab job, but it is with a store full of people, and these lunatics, these criminals, these guys that deserve to get shot on sight, pick on the most benign of communities, the Pokemon collectors card people. It's a store full of people that they have something in common. They're not talking about politics. They're just there to trade Pokemon cards. And these guys, these criminals, these thugs, again, that deserve to be shot on sight once they pull out their guns and put them in the face of innocent, docile people. I wish somebody there had a gun in New York. Unfortunately, the gun laws are such that you can't do that. And look who these people are picking on. Look who the people in Minnesota, the lunatics, the anti-ICE establishment, were picking on. Soft targets, docile, benign people that are just there as a community to either worship God or trade Pokemon cards or whatever you want. You got to keep your head on a swivel, people. That's the reality we live in right now. It is sick.
And I've seen theft of Pokemon stuff before. Like, it happens all the time. Like, there's a big market for Pokemon merch.
I was going to say, like, a black market, though? $100,000 worth of merchandise from the Pokemon store. How?
Dude, there was a truck that got robbed of all the stuff not that long ago. Something you would see from, like, The Sopranos, where they take a truck of all the merch.
Same thing happened here in Indy.
Yeah.
I believe that might be what you're talking about.
Right before Gen Con, I believe. Yeah. It's a big market, man. It's crazy. Is this anything? A Navy rescue swimmer in Virginia Beach was in the right place at the right time to save a woman from drowning last Friday.
Saw this.
She drove her SUV off of a pier.
Ooh.
Jeremy dropped everything, jumped in the water, and got her out just in time.
Just happened to be at the right place at the right time. I'd already been taking my phone and my wallet, my knife out of my pocket. Once I confirmed there was a person, and I just dove right in. She no longer could unlock it. She tried picking it with her fingers and tried to unlock the door, but it wasn't working. The car was completely underwater. She finally came out, and I did some kind of what I've always been taught, some rescue swimmer techniques, threw her in a cross chest carry, threw her on my hip, and swam towards the pylons. And the other gentleman, I don't know what he does or what he did, but he's the real reason she's there.
Nothing more terrifying, I think, than being trapped in a car at the bottom of a beach, at the bottom of the ocean. And this is what happened to this little... I think the woman, according to the article, had some mental problems. I don't know how she got out. He didn't explain it. The article didn't explain it at all. He had to talk her into undoing her seatbelt. I know that. I don't know any more than that, but you have to smash the window. You have to let the water come in. And once the water's in, then you're able to swim out.
And how do you talk somebody into something underwater?
I don't get it, but there's nothing more terrifying I could imagine than having that happen. Again, I think she had some mental problems, but it's neither here nor there. She's rescued. She's fine. Guy's a hero, but I don't ever want to go through that. Ever. Especially, she didn't have kids in the car, but I don't know how you get out of that. And what are the chances
a Navy rescue swimmer would happen to be nearby?
Such a good point.
Right?
Yeah.
Not everybody gets that lucky. Last one here. Is this anything? A guy in England told his wife to stop entering stupid contests, but she didn't listen. She paid $30 to enter this big charity raffle.
Okay.
And then won $6 million house on a lake.
Whoa.
She won a $6 million lake house. She also won over $300,000 in cash. Here they are talking about it.
There was a knock at the door. The next thing I know, a mate is telling me I've won a £4.5 million house. That morning, we've been talking about downsizing, and now we've upsized. I've been entering for 4 years, and he's been moaning at me for 4 years, and now we're millionaires. I'm really glad I don't listen to him.
And I'm very glad you don't listen to me as well.
We haven't decided long-term what we're going to do yet, but we are certainly going to enjoy it.
I don't know what the taxes are like over there in the UK, but there's no way she's a millionaire. I'm sorry. You get a $6 million house for free, or £4.5 million, whatever the pound is. Stupid. But she also won over $300,000 in cash. Maybe that would cover the house for the first year. That would put more stress on me than anything else. I'd rather not have the house and not have the stress.
So it's almost like you would take the cash option, because we used to have that when I worked at the casino. If you won like a new car or a big trip or whatever, we also have the cash option, which is a little less than what you would get, but it's cash, and cash is king.
And you don't have to pay, like the tax is already taken out?
I mean, you'd still have to pay taxes, but it's not as much. Let's say you win a $1 million trip of a lifetime. We would offer you $400,000 in cash. Would you take that? You're still going to pay taxes, but it's not as much, and you actually get cash on hand. Most people did the cash. Like, most people want the money.
Every time you see with the Powerball and everything like that, the people that win always take the cash option.
Yes.
I don't know in England, though. The taxes are probably just as crazy over there, if not worse, than someplace like California or something like that.
I think it's Benny Hill's fault. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
You ready to build your custom dream home? Check out Joyner Homes based out of Greenfield. See one of their model homes in person anytime. It is a great way for you to experience the customization and quality of a Joyner Homes custom-built home. Plus, you can meet with a new home specialist to learn about their building process. Available lots if you don't already have one. Find out about floor plans and where they build. Model homes are open 7 days a week from noon to 5, and walk-ins are welcome. Find out more at joynerhomes.com.
Hammer here for my friends, and that's what they are. My friends at Technology Recyclers. Had a chance to go out and visit their facility last week. These guys are awesome. Badass Hoosier veterans own this company. And when you walk through their facility, you see the American flag and the flags of the armed services. It's amazing. I love these guys, and the service they provide is amazing. If you're a business, okay, and you've got a lot of old electronics, whether it's desktop computers, laptop computers, phones, screens, chargers, TVs, these guys and their amazing staff, they will drive to your business and they will collect all that stuff for you. So tell your business. If you're the boss, make the call. If you're an employee, tell your boss. Tell them to contact Technology Recyclers. And if you're just Joe Sixpack, like I am, you can drop off pretty much anything to their facility and they will take it. And they are so good at destroying data. They guarantee none of your data will be compromised. That's their specialty. Because again, these guys are badasses from the armed forces. They know how to destroy stuff, I'm telling you. Tech-recyclers.com, or give them a call if you have any questions. 1-800-237-3887, tech-recyclers.com.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Now that's how you make Indiana football history. And this is how you celebrate it. Academy Sports and Outdoors has Indiana championship gear. Hoodies designed to turn your rivals crimson with envy. Hats poised for the champion's nod. And official jerseys that never fade from glory. Indiana fans, you are the champions. Now gear up like a winner. New championship styles are arriving daily at your local Bloomington store and online at academy.com. Fun can't lose.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
He called it off. 43 degrees in downtown Indy with partly cloudy skies. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 4:32. That's what President Trump did with his tariff threat on the European Union.
He announced this breakthrough in his bid to acquire Greenland after striking a deal with NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte. And Trump said he will scrap tariffs scheduled for February 1st, following what he described as very productive talks on a framework agreement covering the entire Arctic region. The president also saying this is not about rare earth minerals.
You got to go through hundreds of feet of ice. That's not the reason we need it. We need it for strategic national security and international security.
All of this after the European Union paused all talks to finalize the trade framework already agreed upon.
Fox Business's Darren Botello. It looks like the Supreme Court might side with Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook after her August firing by the Trump administration. Analysts say even the conservative justices are skeptical that Trump actually had the power to kick her out. If you need to get gas today, you're paying an average of $2.76 a gallon, says AAA. The national average is $2.83. Renewable Energy Day is an annual nonpartisan event designed to connect Indiana people with their elected officials to talk about the benefits of a transition to clean, renewable energy.
When every single Hoosier knows what's at stake, we can get amazing things done for Hoosiers and for the state of Indiana. You are part of that magic.
Senate Minority Leader Shelley Yoder calling renewable energy a vital partner in bringing down skyrocketing costs for Indiana families. And for college basketball tonight, Illinois and Maryland play each other. Game tips off at 7 at State Farm Center in Champaign. With your WIBC closing bell report, the Dow rose by nearly 589 points to 49,077. The S&P 500 increased by almost 79 points to 6875, and the Nasdaq went up by nearly 271 points to 23,954. WIBC News Time is 4:34. You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
With your WIBC traffic now, here's Matt Bear.
Yeah, Jake, check it out. Eastbound 465 approaching Keystone. A crash blocking the right lane and stop-and-go traffic past Westfield Boulevard. On the east side, northbound 465 at Fall Creek, all lanes open. We had a cement mixer that dumped cement all over the interstate. They cleaned it up, still stop and go back to I-70. Inbound 65, slow after 21st to Meridian. Eastbound 70, stop and go before west into the south split. Crash on the east side. This is 38th at Emerson Avenue. Hendricks County eastbound 70 jams after State Road 39 for a few miles because of construction. The right lane is blocked. Traffic sponsored by Super Sure. Do you own a small business? You need to hear this. A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get Super Sure. Not kind of sure, not pretty sure, but Super Sure coming soon. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Partly cloudy and breezy for our Wednesday night with lows falling into the low 20s. Expect a colder day on Thursday with a mix of sun and clouds as highs only get into the lower 30s with breezy winds at times. I'm Much TV Storm Track A meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jake McDaniel on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Hi there, Nigel here. Hammer's right over there. You're going to be shocked by this. Be ready to be stunned, Hammer. The headline: there is big money in left-wing activism.
What?
A lot of those people that you see, for instance, in Minnesota protesting against ICE, they're getting paid. We've ran audio as such. What was it, Laura Ingraham? Do you have a job? Honey, I'm paid, was the answer to one of those from one of those protesters a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, this is the worst kept secret. And now they just kind of rub it in your face. You're right. They told Laura Ingraham on camera, I'm getting paid right now.
And this is my job.
So we've been talking about that storming of the Minnesota church today, right? Well, one of the organizers, and again, there's a handful of these lunatics, Nikema Levy Armstrong, one of the organizers, raked in over $1 million in 6 years, leading the Minneapolis civil rights nonprofit that addresses anti-poverty issues. So in 6 years, the person leading the anti-poverty movement has raked in over $1 million.
What does that have to do with ICE protests?
Well, it just goes to show that these lunatics, who are these activists, right? They're just in it for the money. Like, they're just there because they're getting paid ridiculous amounts of money, and now they know they can get away with everything.
What about that? There's another soundbite we played. Somebody asked the protester, what are you doing here today? He's like, Nazis, but I'd rather be home smoking weed.
Right.
And as a matter of fact, I'm going to my car right now. So we did our job. It's a joke.
So let's go back to this Armstrong person here. 2024 tax filing shows that the charity group, the nonprofit that they are in charge of, awarded $158,000 in grants, while Armstrong alone brought in a salary of $215,726. So
really?
$215,000 to lead a nonprofit. All right, fine. But you're awarding just $158,000? It's almost like, what's the name again? Nikema Levy Armstrong
sounds like a
knows that
activist.
if you keep people in poverty, you can keep making $200,000 a year.
What do you know?
Minimum.
How do you go to school to be to learn how to be an activist?
I think you do in Minneapolis. And Tim Wall's Old Balls, Minneapolis, you do. Now, remember Patrice Cullors? Does that name ring a bell? Patrice Cullors?
Black Lives Matter. She had like 3 different mansions in 3 different quote-unquote white neighborhoods.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Signed a big business contract with her freeloading brother.
That's right.
Like the other Valenzuela brother in La Bamba, the one that drew the stupid cartoons that didn't have any talent, the one that was freeloading off of Richie.
That's an impressive reference right there, my friend.
Bob Valenzuela. That's what Patrice Cullors was doing, trading her no-good freeloading Bob Valenzuela to all the finest things in life. And I remember cities like Philadelphia, Chicago, and I think even Indianapolis complained at a national level of, hey, where's all of our Black Lives Matter money? I see this big national donation, this big movement. It's shared by all your celebrities. Where the hell's our money? And meanwhile, Patrice Cullors was in like one of her 6 beach houses. I don't know what happened to it.
Mm-hmm.
To quote Jess Piccoli, well, something happened to it, man. I don't know. I don't know.
I remember specifically, I believe, Breonna Taylor, her family, was openly questioning where, my relative, my sister, my daughter died. Where is the BLM money here?
Right.
And it was a scam from the beginning.
Meanwhile, Patrice is at her beach house. Bob Valenzuela's living the sweet life. All these people are crooks, man. All of them. Bob Valenzuela is one of the great degenerates of all time. Takes your very talented but yet somewhat naive brother, gets him like drunk, gets him a tattoo, just the best.
Bob doesn't have the same ring to it as Richie. I mean, they've got a flashy last name, right?
Right, Valenzuela. And they shortened it to Valens. Richie Valens.
But Richie Valens is like a showbiz name, but Bob, you're not going to go anywhere with the first name Bob. Nope. I don't care what your last name is.
Shows up on his bike in his leather jacket and...
Not in that industry anyway. There's plenty of successful Bobs, but in the music industry, Bob,
Even Mama Valenzuela didn't like Bob. I don't think Richie really liked Bob all that much, to be honest with you.
Richie Valens, his brother Bob.
Is that the guy digging in my trash over there that says he drew Woody Woodpecker and he wants to show it to me? That degenerate? I'm good. I don't need to meet Bob. Thanks, though. Meanwhile, the dumbest woman on television, Abby Phillip on CNN.
Yes.
She had guest Ben Ferguson on. Now, Ben is a national radio host. He's a conservative. And Abby Phillip tried to pull this crap of ICE raids were always controversial. Always. To which Ben, to his credit, pointed out, this network you're on, CNN, used to love them to the point to where they did a ride-along with them.
Look, ICE raids, controversial. Always have been, always will be.
Not really.
I think the parts...
When Obama was doing it, wasn't controversial.
Oh, it certainly
you guys did right along.
She's clueless. We have the tape. When you were gone last week, we hopped up the hot tub time machine from Bill Clinton to Hillary Clinton to Nancy Pelosi to Barack Obama. They all praised ICE, criticized the Bush administration for not doing enough to stop illegals from entering the country, and now the complete opposite is happening. Yeah,
right.
The guy on the Ben Ferguson guy is completely accurate when he talks about, well, CNN did ride-alongs with ICE. It wasn't always controversial.
You thought they were so awesome, you did like a fluff piece on a ride-along.
Obama's press secretary was taking very polite, non-biased, nonpartisan questions from the press. Can you tell us more about these ICE raids that are separating families? Well, yes, I can. You'll have to... I'm going to refer you to the Department of Justice and Homeland Security for that. Okay, next question. It was that easy back then. Not so much anymore.
No, but the dumbest woman on television says they've always been controversial.
And she has no... I just listed several examples of how it wasn't controversial. She has no examples whatsoever. No backup at all.
So listen, I don't want to be all negative, okay? Because this has been kind of a negative break here. I want to do something positive. Can we talk about why America is the greatest country on earth?
Okay.
Nige?
All right. I'm down.
Allison, can I get some mood music, please?
Oh, wow.
32 years ago on this date, in 1994, Lorena Bobbit was found not guilty by reason of temporary insanity for chopping off her husband's wiener.
Okay.
Let me repeat that.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
She was found not guilty for chopping off her husband's crank.
Yeah.
Now, her husband...
He was a real bastard, by the way.
John Wayne Bobbit, abusive bastard, took that opportunity to go on to make adult films. He starred in the pornos John Wayne Bobbit Uncut, The Trial of Lorena Bobbit, and Frankenpenis. So you can't tell me we don't live in the greatest country in the world when you can chop off somebody's crank and be found not guilty, and you can have your crank chopped off and star in porn. Sweet land of liberty. This land was made for you and I.
Bravo.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Hey, if you're having problems with the furnace this winter, don't do anything until you've sought the help of an American Standard dealer. American Standard Heating and Air, built to a higher standard, and Hammer's got one of those awesome local independent dealers to tell you about.
Family Heating and Air, the Morris family, and their staff ready to help you out this winter. You could call Rachel, you could call Marcus, or you could call Malia today. If your system is having trouble keeping up with the freezing, icy weather, call Family Heating and Air, and they always encourage you to get a free second opinion. So if you got a quote from another company and it seems a little fishy, call Family Heating and Air, because nobody takes care of you like family. And also ask about how to get better indoor air quality. Call them today, Family Heating and Air, 317-577-8077. That's 317-577-8077. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you. American Standard Heating and Air, built to a higher standard.
What say we start that new year with a new car at Tom Roush Lincoln? Hurry in for the 8-9-10 deal. Get $8,000 off new Nautilus, or $9,000 off new Corsair. Or how about $10,000 off Lincoln Aviator? The 8-9-10 deal right now at Tom Roush Lincoln. Come get a great deal on all three from Tom Roush, where our family served yours since 1972.
Corsair stock number L25566, MSRP 55340. Nautilus stock number L26030, MSRP 62705. Aviator stock number L25384, MSRP 79450. See dealer for complete offer details.
Hey, it's Big Joe for your trusted local independent American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning dealer, Kirby Heating and Air Conditioning. Owner Robert Kirby says more and more customers are looking into the advantages of mini splits as an add-on to help heat and cool smaller spaces.
Separate zones, so separate control of your temperatures. You can turn them off if you want to, or run them at a different temperature. They're ultra quiet and efficient. And you can use them in spaces where there's not always a lot of room for ductwork.
Just go to KirbyHeating.com. Kirby Heating and Air Conditioning is your American Standard Mitsubishi Electric Elite Ductless Pro dealer.
Hey, maybe you're somebody that loves a traditional fireplace, but you're getting tired of chopping up the wood and constantly have to light it and kindling and all that stuff. You should switch to a fireplace insert or maybe some gas logs from Chimney Solutions of Indiana. Or if you're like me, I had a fireplace that didn't even work at all. Chimney Solutions of Indiana came out, gave me a bunch of different options, and I went with the fireplace insert. Puts off amazing heat with real fire, and it looks gorgeous. Check out their showroom, 86 on Lafayette Road, chimneyindy.com. They're the best, chimneyindy.com.
Join me January 24th as we sip some bourbon and talk about how we win the midterms. Trump, 1 year later, the Red Tie Gala, the highs of the last year, the lows of the last year, and how we win the midterms. We're going to drink great bourbon, eat great food, laugh a lot. Come join me January 24th, 2026, downtown Indianapolis at the Hyatt Regency. Trump, 1 year later, with me, Tony Katz. Go to tickets.tonykatz.com, tickets.tonykatz.com, or get your tickets right now at WIBC.com, and join me for some great bourbon January 24th.
A diagnosis of Alzheimer's can make it a struggle to communicate with loved ones. This is Tina McIntosh, president of Joy's House and co-host of the Caregiver Crossing radio program. In a moment, I've got a tip which often helps that will be music to your ears. Don't go away.
Cardon & Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. Visit cardon.us to find a community near you.
A growing number of studies show the power of music's role in those living with Alzheimer's. The next time a loved one seems to be tuned out, gently place headphones on them or simply turn on one of their favorite songs. Watch their eyes light up, and don't be surprised if they sing along or start chatting about the tune. More tips like this are available anytime at caregivercrossingradio.org. With new weekly content created by Joy's House and distributed in partnership with Network Indiana, we're an on-air and online support group for Hoosier family caregivers. Hear conversations with experts, access a library of online education, and more at caregivercrossingradio.org.
Call today or go to bwindow.com and receive up to 60% off plus 24 months, same as cash, with 0% interest.
Because at B-Window,
we mean business. We mean business.
the Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tamara and Nigel to 46220 or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Don't miss Heart live at Fisher's Event Center Saturday, March 15th. Experience an unforgettable night of legendary hits. Get your tickets now at WIBC.com.
Matt Bear has a look at the roads.
All right, Hammer, checking the northeast side, eastbound 465, crash approaching Keystone. It's blocking the right lane, stop-and-go traffic almost to Meridian 31, and a 7-minute delay. Crash outbound Benford Boulevard and Kessler backing us up. Southbound 65-70 jams, north split to the south split because of construction, a 5-minute delay. Also a crash reported in that mess. Southbound 65 slow after 21st to Meridian. Eastbound 70, stop and go before west into the south split. East side southbound 465 slow from 7274, 5-minute delay. Hendricks County eastbound 70 stop and go traffic after State Road 39 past County Road 525 east, and that's a delay of 9 minutes. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 60% off plus 24 months same as cash with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today. Because of B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
43 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center here at 93 WIBC. Little reminder, hey, shameless plug, tickets are on sale for comedy show. Saturday night, March 7th at Mad Hatter Event Center in Greenwood. Rob Kendall's going to be a part of this. He's going to do an off-the-rails, so over-the-top. It's all the stuff that he can't say on the radio.
Nice.
I'll be doing a stand-up set, and then I'll be pretty much just making fun and roasting Rob the rest of the time.
How does it work, man? Like, I've always wondered how it worked. Are you writing stuff out, just jotting down ideas? Do you have a notepad next to your bedside table, and if something pops up, you write it down? Like, how do you prepare for something?
So I've
like
done
that?
this kind of thing before. So I've got the formula kind of down. But for new material, man, I just send myself like a note on my phone.
Okay.
The same way I prep on this show.
Yeah.
If I find a story or something stupid, I'll send myself a text and or an email, and then I just archive it, highlight it and work on the act. And I'm telling you, you guys are going to get your money's worth that night. We're going to bring it, man. We're going to bring the energy.
I want to go.
We're going to have some drinks. Only 200 tickets, I think, are being sold at the event center. So hustle and buy them now. Perfect date night. It's a Saturday night, March 7th, 7 o'clock. Show will be about an hour and a half long.
Have some drinks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, different ticket options are available. If you want to do a meet and greet and harass Rob, you can do that. If you want to do a meet and greet and give me a finger, you can do that too. But go to the Mad Hatter Event Center website, or I'll link it to Hammer and Nigel's social media. Buy your tickets, man. We want to pack that joint, and we're going to bring some juice. We're going to have a good time, a lot of laughs. Dateline, Texas. A woman in Texas is accused of throwing a 25-pound gym weight at another woman that she suspected of being involved with her partner.
Cat fight! Row! Allison just shot me a dirty look there.
Here's Captain Ron Flores talking about Mrs. Martinez allegedly throwing a weight.
They're probably just using the facility at the same time. These two individuals don't necessarily know each other to our knowledge. So luckily, people that were around stepped in and calmed the situation. We do know a 25-pound weight or any weight near those pounds can be a deadly weapon, considering where you hit the person at.
I mean, I can barely pick up a 25-pound weight, much less chuck it at somebody's head.
You really got to hate them to pick up a 25-pounder and throw it at somebody.
The adrenaline is pumping at that point.
Right.
You're like the Hulk.
The anger must really be there. Can I hear the cat fight noise one more time?
Cat fight!
I don't know why, but like the look of disdain on Allison's face. Like, I don't know if it's necessarily anger.
That's my goal every day, is to get that same look.
She just looks like she's so disappointed right now.
Goal completed.
Doesn't get any better than this, does it, Allison?
Welcome.
Do not go anywhere. When we come back, an update on this winter storm this weekend.
You ever ask yourself how you're going to maintain the same lifestyle you have now, but in retirement? You have to have a consistent and steady stream of income that's going to enable you to do all the things you want to do in retirement, like having your own personal pension. Kind of think of it that way, like your own personal pension fund. And the best way to get that done is Bill Demery, your retirement guy right here in Indy.
Set up that free first meeting with Bill Demery. He's my retirement guy. He should be your retirement guy. Ask about that 20% upfront bonus. Ask about that 10% strong return that's been taking place every year for the last decade. If you don't understand something, he'll walk you through it. Trust me, I've been there. I've met with Bill Demery. Do the same. I'm telling you. 317-805-4716. 317-805-4716. 317-805-4716. Or visit yourretirementguide.com.
Tingling or numbness. Pay special attention as we discuss neuropathy with Dr. Matt Scholke, chiropractic neurologist and board certified in neuropathy. What is neuropathy?
Neuropathy is nerve damage in the feet or hands.
What are the symptoms?
The symptoms are numbness, burning, tingling, pain, and loss of balance.
Is neuropathy treatable?
Absolutely, and we get amazing results.
If you have burning, tingling, numbness, pain, or balance issues, call Dr. Scholke today for a free nerve damage screening. This screening will tell if you're at risk for serious complications and if you're a candidate for their specialized treatment program. Don't wait until your symptoms are so severe, nothing can be done. End-stage neuropathy leaves people confined to walkers, wheelchairs, even amputations. The first 10 callers will receive a free nerve damage screening. Simply call 463-400-FEET. Act now. Call 463-400-FEET. That's 463-400-3338 for your free nerve damage screening. 463-400-FEET.
Jeff Saturday for Indiana Unclaimed.
Listen up. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Indiana Unclaimed might have found some of your money. And if you're like me, you had no idea. But I went and checked for my name on IndianaUnclaimed.gov. Look, I found a Hall of Fame quarterback on that list and the foundation of a former punter. The state of Indiana is reuniting folks with $1 million per week. Your name may be on that list too. Go find it at IndianaUnclaimed.gov.
Hey, listen, are you a 50-year-old person looking for term life insurance? Then you need to talk to Bob. Bob specializes in helping people find $1 million or more of term life insurance for a couple of $100 a month. Look, you need to know there's a price war in the term life insurance business, and you may be paying too much. Call Bob, and he'll shop and see how much money he can save you. Look, this could be the last term life insurance policy you ever have. Your rates are guaranteed for the next 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rates for the next 20 years. And if you're a smoker or your health is not perfect, Bob has great rates for you too. So for $1 million of term life insurance coverage for a couple of $100 a month, call Bob right now. 800-890-5075. 800-890-5075. 800-890-5075. That's 800-890-5075. Paid for by Term Direct.
Custom jewelry is not out of reach with PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse. At PA Jewelers, you can customize any piece of jewelry for that special someone. PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse in Brownsburg. Gold, diamonds, gemstones, and of course those watches watches from Flederman Von Riest, assembled right here in Indiana. Custom designed jewelry with PA Jewelers at the farmhouse. Custom jewelry made just for you. PA Jewelers, 3750 South Green Street in Brownsburg. 317-456-4010. PAJewelers.jewelry.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Dugan Air Heating and Cooling Mitsubishi Electric Studios, you'll hear an update about a killing from 3 decades ago. An Indianapolis woman was charged. You'll hear why. And Hoosiers are looking for ways to save on energy. Those stories next after Fox News. You're listening to 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1, Indianapolis. It's 5 o'clock.
Ratcheting down the rhetoric. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. President Trump backing off on tariff threats against Europe, announcing that during a meeting with the head of NATO, a framework was reached for a future deal on Greenland and the Arctic region.
In a Truth Social post, the president did not detail the agreement, but writes, if consummated, it will be a great one for the United States of America and all NATO nations. He also says the breakthrough is enough to hold off on tariffs he had planned to impose on NATO allies beginning next month. It signals a significant change in tone from the president, as his desire for a U.S. takeover of the Danish territory risked destabilizing the transatlantic alliance.
Fox's Jared Halpern in Washington. The president later telling reporters the deal is still a work in progress, but using words like infinite to describe it.
It's a long-term deal. It's the ultimate long-term deal. I think it puts everybody in a really good position.
Especially, he says, for security and minerals, though he told reporters earlier today Greenland was not needed for anything but security. Right now, China controls most of the world's rare earth minerals, which are critical for modern technology.
We spoke to Critical Metals Corp, a mining exploration and development company with a mine in Greenland. They say developing an ecosystem outside of China is essential for all of the West.
Fox Business's Madison Allworth, the company says they'll be drilling in Greenland in the next 2 years, with the results already spoken for, half for Europe, half for the U.S. Former President Clinton and Hillary Clinton one step closer to a possible criminal probe as the House Oversight Committee advances contempt resolutions over their failure to appear in a Jeffrey Epstein investigation. Some Democrats say it's an effort to steer attention away from not releasing the full Epstein files. 9 Democrats were part of the panel's vote today to advance the contempt resolutions 34-8. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Partly cloudy and 44 degrees at our Radio 1 studios, and the low is 23 tonight. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 5:02. The man accused of killing an Indianapolis woman over 30 years ago is pleading guilty. Dana Shepard could face up to 45 years in prison at the Department of Correction. In 1993, Carmen Van Huss was found raped and dead in her apartment on Harcourt Road near West 79th and Ditch Road on the north side. Shepard was arrested in Missouri in 2024 after DNA evidence proved he was involved in the case. An Indianapolis woman is charged with sending threats to Congresswoman Nancy Mace. Court documents say Shayla Addison sent several messages to Mace's phone and social media last January, leading the FBI to look into this.
The threat was if I went outside, there would be a bomb to blow me up and my employees.
Addison has agreed to plead guilty, and investigators found the messages came from within the Southern District of Indiana. Hundreds of advocates gathered at the State House yesterday.
Renewable Energy Day is an annual nonpartisan event designed to connect Indiana residents with their elected officials to discuss the benefits of a transition to clean, renewable energy.
When every single Hoosier knows what's at stake, we can get amazing things done for Hoosiers and for the state of Indiana. You are part of that magic.
That's Senate Minority Leader Shelley Yoder calling renewable energy a vital partner in bringing down skyrocketing costs for Indiana families. Johnette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Indiana Pacers head coach Rick Carlisle told 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan this morning that he greatly respects Indiana Hoosier head football coach Curt Cignetti.
Stuff with the press conference and Google me and all that kind of stuff. It really is
kind of the coaching version of Babe Ruth calling his shot.
He says Cignetti appears to have a simple formula he sticks with, and the execution is impressive. And the 2026 Indiana Fever schedule was released today. Fever tips off their season against the Dallas Wings on May 9th. WIBC News Time is 5:04. You've got traffic and weather coming up in 1 minute.
Hey guys, it's Rob for Wheat Grow Hair Indy. You know, champions just don't show up. They pick the right team to get the best results. And when it comes to restoring your hair, We Grow Hair Indy is that team. You know, 5 years ago, I made the choice to head over to We Grow Hair Indy, and every time I look in the mirror, I'm so glad I did. You know, guys at the top of their game, radio personalities, coaches, and well-known athletes have all trusted We Grow Hair Indy to restore their hair. Why? Because their results are permanent, natural, and speak for themselves. Here's what you do. You call today, 317-522-2995. 317-522-2995. Schedule a totally free, no-hassle, no-obligation consultation. Darren and the gang, the fine folks at We Grow Hair Indy, will take a look at what's going on top of your head and make some suggestions on how you can get your hair and your confidence back. Then it's up to you. In the meantime, see some other folks who have made the choice to get their confidence back by heading over to WeGrowHairIndy.com. 317-522-2995. 317-522-2995.
You've got WIBC traffic at 5:05 with map error.
Crash just cleared on the north side, eastbound 465 before Keystone Avenue. Still stopped back to US 31 Meridian. Crash outbound Benford Boulevard and Kessler Boulevard east at Causey to backup. Southbound 6570 jams. North split to the south split because of construction, delayed 4 minutes. Eastbound 70 stop and go before west into the south split. Inbound 65 slows after 21st to Meridian. On the east side, southbound 465 stop and go traffic from 7274. That's a 4-minute delay. Crash Emerson Avenue north of Southport Road and a crash Meridian in 86. Traffic sponsored by Super Sure. Do you own a small business? You need to hear this. A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get Super Sure, not kind of sure, not pretty sure, but Super Sure coming soon. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
We're in for a cold, partly cloudy and breezy Wednesday night. Low temperatures will be falling into the lower 20s, and then you can expect a colder Thursday overall. Afternoon high temperatures will only be in the lower 30s with breezy winds at times and a mix of sun and clouds. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jake McDaniel on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there. So if I understood Kip from Napoleon Dynamite just now, he said that tomorrow's a high of 32, but then Friday will be La Fonda is the best thing that ever happened to me.
He does sound a little like Kip. He does.
The weather guy there. The National Weather Service. So tomorrow is going to be not as warm. It's like in the mid 40s right now. Tomorrow's going to be in the 30s. And then Friday, I'm hearing that like, oh, school's going to be delayed, blah, 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 blah. And then we've got a winter storm this weekend. Hammer, what is the truth? Where am I wrong? Where am I right?
You're right that he kind of sounds like Kip. And I think that's awesome.
You know the freaking chips, Kip. Gosh.
That was a ripoff. Friday morning, we're hearing the wind chill is going to be sub-zero. And that's going to be the prelude to what could be some snow here in Indy. Now, depending on where you live, it's, you know, the further south you go, the worse it's going to get.
There's a magic line underground.
Yes.
I think the Illuminati built it, and it only allows for snow to fall south of I-70 corridor.
It runs right across 70.
Yeah.
And it electrifies sometimes.
Is that right?
That's why you see dead birds sometimes. Here is Tara Hastings this morning on Wish TV talking about what we could see here in Central Indy.
Not ready to say Indianapolis is going to get heavy snow or no snow at all. Right now, it looks like we could see some higher impacts south of us. So Kentucky, Tennessee, could see a wintry mix, maybe even some ice accumulation as well. So that's something we're going to continue to watch. Time frame here, sometime Saturday evening, also stretching into Sunday as well. But Indiana could see the potential for some snow. Again, right now, the way things look, heavier snow batches a little bit farther southward. Some snowfall accumulation possible in Indiana. Of course, we're going to fine-tune this, kind of tweak that forecast for you as we get a little bit closer, but just wanted to give you a heads up.
Every January of my life since I was born in Indiana. I'm like shocked by this. Why am I always surprised and always like last week when you were gone one day last week, I know, and that was the day the squall hit. Squall! And I walk in and like everybody here in the office is like, dude, it's January. It's winter. Okay. And we should be used to this by now, but we're not, I feel like.
Well, based on the way people drive, we're not. We're clearly not.
That's a good point.
And I see Matt Bear shaking his head over there because it doesn't matter how long you've lived here. The very first time it snows, or it's seemingly now every time afterwards it snows, people forget everything. No turn signals, no lights on, playing on their phone. It's ridiculous now. People lose their minds when there's just a little moisture, just a little bit out there on the roads. Very little. So we'll keep you up to date. Again, we'll get Marcus or Tara or somebody on next couple of days, and we'll see how this whole thing plays out. Donald Trump spoke at Davos earlier, the World Economic Forum. And
Switzerland.
I feel like the big takeaway was that he said he was not going to use force to occupy or take over Greenland.
We never asked for anything. And we never got anything. We probably won't get anything unless I decide to use excessive strength and force where we would be, frankly, unstoppable. But I won't do that. Okay? Now everyone's saying, oh, good.
I didn't notice, like, when Trump qualifies everything. We're not going to do that. But there were a lot of buts and unlesses in the same sentence structure as we're not going to use military force to take Greenland and all the mineral resources, and it's militarily, it's a strategic advantage for us. We're going to build the Iron Dome, build a dome across Greenland. But,
across I-70.
But did you, was I the only one that noticed a lot of buts and unlesses there qualifying those remarks?
Well, I mean, if he doesn't put those qualifiers in there, they're going to come back to use it against him if he ever has to.
Now, he's already on social media, Trump, by the way, saying, we've got a framework of a deal already in place. So we'll see.
All right, let me know when that happens, because I've heard about that from Ukraine and Russia. It took a long time to get, Hamas and the Israelis to see eye to eye. For some reason, they've got bad beef, Nige.
Who would have thought?
So we'll see what happens there. I'll believe it when I see it. He was kind of laid back today, dare I say. Now, he brought some heat once in a while. He did rip Canada.
We're building the Golden Dome that's going to, just by its very nature, going to be defending Canada. Canada gets a lot of freebies from us, by the way. They should be grateful also, but they're not. I watched your prime minister yesterday. He wasn't so grateful. But they should be grateful to us. Canada lives because of the United States. Remember that.
There it is, yeah. Mr. Prime Minister, just remember that the next time you mouth off. The next time you got diarrhea of the mouth, just remember it's only because of the United States that you exist.
Right? Just a little reminder that you exist because of us. That's kind of a strong Trump power move. And then at one point, again, it sounded like his voice was kind of going out a little bit today. Maybe he's fighting something.
I say, Hammer, he was speaking softly yet carrying a big stick today, which usually in Trump past, it's speaking loudly and carrying a big stick.
Right.
But Tony Kinnett had a really good point. Going into the midterms, we don't want meme Trump anymore. Meme, M-E-M-E.
Right.
We don't want caricature. We don't want bombastic Trump. We want calm, cool, collected, walk softly, carry a big stick, right?
Yes. And he did carry that stick by reminding everybody, after World War II, we bailed all of you Europeans out, and you'd all be speaking German and Japanese if it wasn't for us.
But we saved Greenland and successfully prevented our enemies from gaining a foothold in our hemisphere. So we did it for ourselves also. And then after the war, which we won, We won it big. Without us, right now you'd all be speaking German and a little Japanese, perhaps. After the war, we gave Greenland back to Denmark. How stupid were we to do that? But we did it.
Narrator, in Davos, they speak German.
Without us, you'd all be speaking Sputnik and German and Japanese.
But, sir, we do speak German. It's the main language here.
Whatever.
Just kind of
I'm
throws his
tired.
hands up.
It's like being a world power is like a bad thing. That's why we gave up Greenland. That's why we gave up the Panama Canal. Oh, we need to be more of an even playing field here. We're too powerful within the world. We need to. No, I'm sick of that.
You know what I'm sick of?
Yes.
Representative Jasmine Crockett. Which
but-
brings us to another round of Is It Racist?
There it is.
It's time to play. Is it racist?
Now, if you're new to the Hammer and Nigel show and you're wondering, how do we play this fantastic game? Here to explain is AOC.
Is it racist? Is something racist? Yes or no?
Oh.
See, now it makes sense.
Very simple.
Now
Okay.
we're all on the same page. So, Representative Jasmine Crockett, Timu Cardi B, she says that the whites are now going around randomly lynching the blacks in Donald Trump's America.
Oh.
They not even going, honestly, they're about to outlaw the idea of white supremacy and white hate. Like, they are about to be like, oh, that's not a thing. Forget the fact that you're talking about getting rid of like the classification for nooses in a time in which we have seen these random black bodies be strung up down south. Also, seemingly at a time in which you're back in office, because what you do is you embolden the hate. You embolden everybody to take off their hoods. That is what he has done.
When she says they, who's she referring to?
The whites.
Whitey?
The whites that support Trump specifically. Now, let me ask you this, Nigel.
Okay.
In today's day and age where every single person has a camera on them at all times,
Yes.
don't you think if there was a body swinging out of a tree on a noose, it probably could have been shared around social media?
Yeah, remember when NASCAR driver Bubba Wallace had the pull down in his garage in NASCAR and it was shaped like a noose?
Right.
And that was just by virtue of it was attached to the garage and it was a pull down for the garage. And the FBI got involved. You think, and as much as we monitor and we do, we scroll through CNN and all the legacy media outlets, I've never seen anything like that.
But Jasmine
Recently,
Crockett
you're right.
said there are people just swinging from trees right now.
And they, who's they again?
Well, the blacks are swinging from the trees because of the whites, according to Jasmine Crockett.
I would say that's pretty racist to generalize and stereotype an entire class of people that voted for Donald Trump, which, by the way, a major contingent of African Americans, Hispanics, foreigners, foreign-born people voted for Donald Trump that are here legally, won the popular vote, won the Electoral College, and then now all of a sudden, whitey's committing heinous, horrible, disgusting, despicable crimes across the South that nobody's covering. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Hell, the South is pretty calm right now. It's all the dramas up in the North. It's in Minnesota. Again, she lies out of her ass and nobody calls her on it. Nobody calls her on it on CNN, on whatever they're calling MSNBC these days. Again, such a ridiculous lie. If there were people hanging from nooses in the Deep South in 2026, I promise you we would see the pictures and it'd be shared on social media and there'd be mostly peaceful bricks going through windows right now. Stop it. Real quick before we hit a break here.
Okay.
What is it? The 21st? Is that the date today?
Is. Yes.
How's your dry-ish January going?
It's going very ish.
Yes.
It's going very
I
ish.
saw the ish at our bowling event on Friday night. That was where the ish came into play.
A little bit. I behaved mostly. It was a mostly ish night.
You know who is not taking part in Dry January? AI Joe Hogset.
Oh,
AI
Joe Hogset.
Boss Hogset is back with another poem for Dry January.
Hey, butt lickers. It's me, Boss Hogset, back with another Dry January poem.
Great.
Here it goes. Roses are red, vodka is clear. I'm not doing Dry January because I like whiskey, vodka, tequila, and beer.
Yeah.
I can't get another job, so I'll probably run again. Now let's go harass some office chicks and drink some shots of gin. Allegedly. Boss Hogset out.
Bravo!
That's AI Boss Hogset with another Dry January poem.
The last day of January, we have to go through all those and play them again. Okay? Hour by hour.
Hour by hour, baby. Matt Bear, what's going on, my friend?
All right, guys. Hendricks County eastbound 70 is a mess, especially State Road 39. That's a jackknife semi-trailer blocking the left lane. And after that, you get into the construction delay. It's about 3 miles and stretches to County Road 525 east, a 25-minute delay on that. East side southbound 465 loaded from 70 to 74. Eastbound 465 stop and go traffic Westfield Boulevard to Allisonville Road. Inbound 65 slow 21st to the north split. Then a 4-minute delay on southbound 6570 north split to the south split. It's in the construction. Eastbound 70 stop and go West Street to the south split. Crash outbound Benford Boulevard at Kessler Boulevard. Crash Meridian at 86th. Traffic sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Right now it's 44 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Coming up next, we'll play a spirited round of Are You Okay With This? Come on back.
Talking to the gentlemen and the ladies here. You made your New Year's resolution to get back in shape, but usually you don't see results and give up, right? So if you want real results this year, go to Synergen X and Low T Center. They got a free men's TRT test right now and $200 off the women's hormone test. You can book right now at getmyhealthfix.com. Get real about your health this year with Synergen X and Low T Center.
Guys, how's your health? Are you doing okay? Because there's a lot of trendy diets out there. Say no to those. Go to the experts and take care of yourself. Synergen X and Low T Center. They're the leading experts. Meet with face-to-face real providers. Get real medication and real results. You'll have more energy. That libido is going to go through the roof. This is going to be the best thing you do. Walk in or book your appointment online at getmyhealthfix.com. That's getmyhealthfix.com. Set up that appointment today, getmyhealthfix.com.
I've started my journey with the Good Feet store. You guys know I've had the plantar fasciitis issues, that pain that takes place in your heel, and you're like, what's happening here? So I went to the Good Feet store, talked to the trusted team of arch support specialists. You know, when your feet don't feel good, it affects you physically, mentally, emotionally. It puts a strain on everything. The Good Feet premium arch supports and the personalized approach to fitting are the smartest investment you can make in your self-care journey. And the first step is realizing that you're worth it. For every foot, every lifestyle, the Good Feet store offers the possibility of a pain-free future, empowering anyone to achieve their full potential. There's a free, no obligation, personalized fitting. That's the key to Good Feet's value. I'm starting my journey with Good Feet. You should do the same. Made in the USA, consists of 100% US origin materials. Good Feet has 2 Indy area locations, at Clearwater at the Crossing and in Greenwood just off of 65. Be sure to tell them Tony Kinnett sent you. Online at goodfeet.com. That's goodfeet.com.
What say we start that new year with a new car at Tom Roush Lincoln? Hurry in for the 8-9-10 deal. Get $8,000 off new Nautilus or $9,000 off new Corsair. Or how about $10,000 off Lincoln Aviator? The 8-9-10 deal right now at Tom Roush Lincoln. Come get a great deal on all 3 from Tom Roush, where our family served yours since 1972.
Corsair stock number L25566, MSRP 55340. Nautilus stock number L26030, MSRP 62705. Aviator stock number L25384, MSRP 79450. See dealer for complete offer details. champions. Now that's how you make Indiana football history. And this is how you celebrate it. Academy Sports and Outdoors has Indiana championship gear. Hoodies designed to turn your rivals crimson with envy. Hats poised for the champion's nod. And official jerseys that never fade from glory. Indiana fans, you are the champions. Now gear up like a winner. New championship styles are arriving daily at your local Bloomington store and online at academy.com. Fun can't lose.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov or text Hammer and Nigel to 46220 today.
Are you really okay with this?
Are you okay? Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hammer and Nigel show.
Oh, yeah!
I'm not okay with the way that sounds, Nige. Is anybody else hearing that?
It sounds like in the Matrix right now. I'm hearing it in my headphones. I just don't know. Oh, there it is. It's gone. Okay. It's gone. All right.
So it was just a couple seconds of the Matrix. I still hear it in mine.
Not in in your headphones, you do?
Yes.
Oh, now I hear it again. There it is. All right. I don't
And
know.
now I'm clear.
Now I'm not clear.
But I hear an echo in myself now.
I don't know if this is translating on the radio or not, if you can hear it.
It's a well-oiled machine, baby.
If you're watching on the chat, does it sound like the Matrix or not? Or am I just hearing it in my headphones? We'll move along.
And now I've got like a 2-second delay in my headphones, so I've got to take these off. Go ahead.
Donald Trump has signed an executive order to bring back mental institutions and insane asylums. Hammer MAGA. Make asylums great again. Here's Donald Trump.
There's a reason for bail, long tested. Signed an executive order to bring back mental institutions and insane asylums. We're going to have to bring them back. Hate to build those suckers, but you got to get the people off the streets.
Are you okay with Donald Trump bringing back mental institutions and insane asylums?
Yes. 100% I am okay with that because it needs to happen. Now, listen, the stigma of these things has become, I think, the main reason why they've gone away.
Sure, Central State,
yeah.
for example, sure.
Well, what Central State did back in the day was unacceptable.
Horrible.
I did a college paper at Ball State on what went on there and interviewed a bunch of investigators, and it was pretty bad. But if you can have these places to the point to where people actually get help, and
yes.
I'm all right with that. Like, I truly dig what the Colts do, that kicking the stigma campaign. Like, it's okay to be not okay, all right? I'm good with that. And that's why I'm pro insane asylums and mental institutions. There's nothing wrong going with one of those places if you need the help.
Yeah, I mean, think about this. Think about it this way. You can't force somebody on the street to go and get help. If you're living on the street in sub-zero temperatures, you have something mentally wrong with you, but you can't force somebody to go get help. Now, if you're a doctor, you have a duty and obligation. It's the law. If somebody has dementia or otherwise, yes, you have to help them. But it's not the same for people on drugs or mentally deranged. And this is a way back. When done properly, Hammer, like you said, it's been awful. And there's just horrific stories of, quote-unquote, insane asylums back in the day. But you got to do it right. You got to do it proper. And you got to treat these people with dignity and respect, just like the Colts kicking the stigma.
And I think drug use is a big part of our mental crisis in this country. I really do. But yeah, it should be viewed the same. If somebody goes to a rehab facility, if somebody checks into an old folks home, or if somebody checks into a mental facility, we should just view that as somebody's getting help that they need. And I'm all right with that. Let's do one more.
Okay. Let's go to the KID, Kid Rock, Devil Without a Cause. Kid Rock says the United States has a low birth rate, right? Talking about, we've mentioned this on the show before. The United States, the birth rate is going down. Now, he has a theory. Kid Rock has a theory as to why the United States has a low birth rate.
And, you know, we have this low birth rate in America, and it all made sense to me. It just hit me right now, because who's going to sleep with these ugly-ass, broke, crazy, deranged, TDS liberal women? I mean, you look at these rallies, it's like a bunch of women that no guy wants to sleep with and a bunch of dudes that want to sleep with each other.
Are you okay with Kid Rock's theory as to why there's a low birth rate here in the United States?
I think he's on to something.
It's science.
I think he is on to something there. That may be science. That may be the science right there. Like, I trust Kid Rock's science more than Dr. Fauci's science every single day of the week and twice on Sunday. All right, let's break down. Let's have a look at the news with Jake.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What they agreed on. It's partly cloudy and 44 degrees still at our Radio 1 studios, and lows tonight will be in the mid to lower 20s. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 5:30. President Trump announced the U.S. reached a deal with NATO on Greenland. With that said, he's dropped tariff threats on European allies.
The president announced a strategic agreement worked out with Denmark, NATO, and in Greenland.
It's the ultimate long-term deal. I think it puts everybody in a really good position, especially as it pertains to security and minerals and everything.
President Trump had ruled out taking any potential military action to acquire Greenland, hoping to negotiate a deal, is what he just said he did. And Greenland is home to a U.S. Space Force base. The president says it's critical to defending the United States from potential Russian nukes.
And that's Fox's Lucas Tomlinson. A federal agent was injured after a car chase during an immigration enforcement operation in Los Angeles. A man used his car as a weapon and rammed law enforcement. The Department of Homeland Security said agents fired their weapons in self-defense. No one was shot, but the agent was injured in some other way. A new bill in the Indiana Senate would overturn changes that gave Governor Mike Braun full control over the IU Board of Trustees. Here's Jarrett Lewis.
Senate Bill 110 is introducing a new process for selecting trustees. Brought forth by Republican Senators Susan Glick and Greg Walker, the bill would allow the governor to appoint 5 people to 3-year terms on the board, along with a 1-year term for a full-time student. The other 3 appointees would be chosen by IU alumni and must be alumni themselves. The current law gives Governor Braun the power to appoint all 9 members and the ability to replace or remove any board members at any time. In June, he made 4 appointments, including Quinn Buckner and Sage Steele. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Indiana Pacers head coach Rick Carlisle says he has nothing respect for the Indiana Hoosier head football coach. He has nothing but respect for the Indiana Hoosier football team winning the national title Monday night.
It's an absolutely remarkable story. A remarkable set of circumstances.
Carlisle told 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan this morning. Hoosier head football coach Kurt Cignetti saying, "I win, Google me," was the coaching equivalent of Babe Ruth calling a shot. And the 2026 Indiana Fever schedule is out now. News time, 5:32. Your traffic now with Matt Bear.
All right, check it out. Hendricks County, eastbound 70th State Road 39. This is a jackknife semi-trailer blocking the left lane and causing stop-and-go traffic for about a mile. After that, you're slow again. That's eastbound 70 after State Road 39 construction with a 3-mile delay. Inbound 65, stop-and-go 21st to the north split, a 5-minute delay. Then southbound 65-70 jams north split to the south split, a 9-minute construction delay. Northeast side inbound 69, stop and go after 106 to 465. Northbound 465 slow at Penn Pike up to I-69. East side southbound 465 grinding 72, 74, a 7-minute delay. Crash east side. This is Emerson Avenue south of Southport Road. And another crash on the south side. US 31 north of Epler Avenue. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 60% off plus 24 months same as cash with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today because of B Window. They mean business. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for our instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
We're in for a cold, partly cloudy and breezy Wednesday night. Low temperatures will be falling into the lower 20s, and then you can expect a colder Thursday overall. Afternoon high temperatures will only be in the lower 30s with breezy winds at times and a mix of sun and clouds. Friday temperatures crash even farther downhill with numbers only in the teens through the daytime hours, and we're also going to have sub-zero wind chills at times with breezy winds. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jake McDaniel on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Hello, my name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there. That is the music for the Feud, baby. I'm not talking about Family Feud. I'm talking about live, honest-to-goodness, real feuds between two different people. Human beings at each other's throats, and that's what we love on this show.
So last night, you had on Sean Hannity's program. He brought on some rep that's a state rep from Tennessee, Representative Justin Jones. Now, Justin Jones is somebody that believes every immigrant in this country, illegal immigrant, is doing nothing wrong, and Donald Trump is the one that needs to be locked up.
Okay.
So Sean Hannity decided, all right, I'm going to extend an olive branch here. I'm going to use my highly rated primetime show on the #1 rated network to have you on to have an honest discussion about ICE and immigration, and this is how it went.
Can you name any of the victims of violent crime by illegals in your state? And have you ever called any of them?
To your viewers,
Answer
this man
the
wants you to be
question.
afraid. He wants you to be fearful of your immigrant neighbors because he wants to protect the
Can
billionaires
you
who keep you
name
from having
one
healthcare,
victim of violent
letting farms
crime
close. He does
in
not care
your
about
state?
crime. He hangs out with pedophiles and criminals in Mar-a-Lago.
Answer.
He does not care about going after rapists.
Can
he
you
cares about
answer?
keeping you fearful, to control you, because he wants to distract you from the real enemy, which are the corporate CEOs who are screwing you over.
Okay.
He does not care.
Did you get you got your little talking point out? You feel good about yourself? This is not MSDNC.
They can never just answer the question, can they?
No.
What a deflection seminar this is already.
And this went on and on and on.
Can you name a single victim of crime in your state by illegal immigrants? Yes or no?
I can name the people who are being criminalized by this administration and mass
I didn't
agents who
ask
are
that.
kidnapping
Can
people
you
in our
name
community.
your state
You
representative?
want to go through a list? Go
You
through the list
can't name
of the pedophiles
one
and perverts
victim
you
of
hang out with at
crime.
Mar-a-Lago. Go through that list.
By the illegal immigrants in your state, can you? You never picked up a phone and got off your ass to talk to
you
one
do is send the same
constituent
talking points
ever
to keep people
to
fearful
talk to them and
because
give
you
them
get paid $45 million
condolences
a year to keep
because
these people who watch
you
their show
are
fearful,
making them
so they
less
don't pay
safe and
attention
secure.
to the CEOs taking their health
Mar-a-Lago.
care, letting their farms
There
close.
we go.
You don't care about the
Here we
American
go.
people. You're distracting from the
Oh, I
real
care
issues.
about the
You want them to
American
be
people.
afraid of immigrants because all you have is fear, Sean. You
No,
want people to be fearful. Their pain is real,
legal
but it's not
immigration.
immigrants. It's the corporate CEOs who are screwing them over and making it so that they cannot afford groceries in
Okay.
their health care. That's who we need to go after. The America I believe in does not look like masked men targeting people.
Whew, I'm exhausted just listening to that.
Now do Antifa state rep
or
Justin Jones.
Or do Epstein back when Biden was president. Hammer, why didn't they do the investigation then? Trust me, I guarantee that if they had anything on Trump, it would have been exposed and brought to light by now. Tennessee, I mean, what, again, 2 words, deflection seminar.
And if you want to find who the dumbest people amongst us are, go to social media and see the people who thought that Representative Jones brought it to Sean Hannity last night. all he did was just talk nonstop like he was the old school Micro Machines guy, just regurgitating crap about Trump when he was brought on to talk about immigration and ICE. That's what he was supposed to be talking about. But let's see how it plays out. Here's a little more.
You are a disgrace. You are
shame
a
on you, my brother.
disgrace.
God have mercy on you. Shame on you.
You're a
Pray for you
disgrace.
because what you're doing is wrong. You are a
I'll take the
disgrace.
prayers. Thank you very much.
You have that $1,000
But
suit
the
on.
one that needs the
get paid
prayer is
millions of
you.
dollars to lie to
The
people,
victims
but
in
this
your
is the
state
threat to
need
the
your
American
prayers, not
people.
me.
Take
Pray
the
for the
scales off the
victims
lies
in
of you.
your
Let him
state.
see truth.
Pray for
Let
the
him see
victims of
justice.
murder.
Help
Pray
him
for
to
the
do better.
victims
Help
of
him to
rape.
stop hanging out with
Pray for
perverts
the
in
victims of
Mar-a-Lago.
violent
Tell him to
crime.
let Trump
Pray
put
for the
down
victims of drug
carton
abuse.
pen
Pray
and
for the
pick up a
children
mirror
that
if
have
he
been
wants to.
sodomized and
He's
raped.
praying
Pray for
that this is a
them.
nation
Pray for
that's built
them
on
in your
multiracial
state, and you
democracy.
can't name
Truth
one of
will
them.
come.
And you
Truth
don't
will
give
come out.
a
The civil
give a
rights movement
damn
continue
about
today.
them.
That is easy pickings for Sean Hannity. What a
Right.
fool that Tennessee rep just made himself out to be.
And normally Hannity doesn't do that type of bit. Like Tucker back in the day when he had his show on Fox, he would find the dumbest people that would say the dumbest things, bring them on, and publicly humiliate them. That was like Tucker's shtick. Hannity normally doesn't do that, but for whatever reason, he thought, we're going to get Tennessee State Rep Justin Jones in here, and it went pretty much exactly how we thought it would go. Tell me if this moves the needle for you.
Okay.
Former sportscaster, sideline reporter Michelle Tafoya, long time on Monday Night Football and Sunday Night Football. She announced on Tommy Lahren Outkick program she is running for U.S. Senate in the state of Minnesota. Now, knowing what we know about Minnesota, look who their governor is, look who the mayor of their biggest city is, hell, look who their attorney general is. Do you think a conservative like Michelle Tafoya has a snowball's chance in hell of winning in that state?
Just by virtue of who she is and her career and her resume and name recognition. I mean, the body. Wasn't he the governor there at one point?
He was. Jesse Ventura, the body.
Name recognition counts for something, even in Minnesota. And she's running as a Republican?
Yes.
Okay. The more Republicans in the Senate, the better. Minnesota might be a tall order.
Yeah, it's going to be tough because that's where she's always lived at. And, Amy Klobuchar is one of the senators in Minnesota, and now Michelle Tafoya, who, again, she's been pretty outspoken about defending women in sports. That's a passion of hers. It makes sense. She's worked in sports her entire career, and now she sees grown-ass dudes with cranks undressing in front of girls in locker rooms. It's a big issue for her.
That's all the Democrats have, by the way. Going into these midterms, it's, we are for dudes in women's sports. We are actually,
ICE is bad and cranks are good.
Orange man bad. That's really kind of all they have to run on because the economy is doing better. And it was a referendum this last election, Hammer. Let's not get it twisted. I mean, I know the typical response, the pendulum always swings the other way in the midterms. Once one party gets their guy in, it goes the other way for the midterms. But we'll see this year.
Yeah, I mean, what do the Democrats have to run on other than let's impeach Trump? Like in terms of policy, they are the people that want the dudes in the locker room with your daughter. They want all the illegals to just walk right across the border and give you a high five as they make their way into their community and get taxpayer-funded debit cards and things of that nature.
Late-term abortions?
Oh, late-term.
Sure.
And look what they're going to do in Virginia. Again, here in Indiana, we spoke about this with Tony Kinnett earlier. We had the opportunity to change the congressional maps, all right? So the crazy stuff wouldn't happen moving forward. But Rod Bray was too much of a butt sniffer to do anything about it. So what did Virginia do when they had a change in leadership? Boy, they went big.
They changed those maps right away, didn't they?
I mean, the Republicans lost a crap ton or will lose a crap ton of seats out there. But, there's Rod Bray just sniffing the butts of the establishment, knowing that he can go to sleep at night, that he did the right thing. And again, let me make this clear. I have not liked this butt sniffer for a long time. I didn't like Rod Bray before hating Rod Bray was cool. He was a weasel on constitutional carry. The only reason he caved was because the NRA threatened to stop writing checks to some of his friends. This guy's been just a weasel from the very beginning, and only butt sniffers like this guy.
Can you do I just need to see the actual physical act of butt sniffing there like you did.
If we're going to do this, let's do it right.
Sound effect.
I want you to close your eyes. Picture there's an establishment person bent over, and here comes Rod Bray. And scene. That's what he does.
Allison just gave you that look that she usually gives me.
We've gotten the mom look from Allison,
yeah.
each one of us today.
Multiple times, different
We're
occasions.
like, it's like Step Brothers. I'm John C. Reilly, you're Will Ferrell, and we're getting lectured and yelled at by mom over here. Where are we at with this? Somebody at a hotel in Florida posted a photo of the minibar fridge that's in their hotel room.
Okay.
And there was a sign on it that said they would automatically be charged $50 if they put any of their own stuff into the fridge.
Oh, wow. It's usually like you open one mini, like 1.5 ounce mini bottle of liquor. You're automatically charged whatever
Yes.
the 50. So you're saying like if I went down to buy a bottle of Gatorade from the convenience store next door to the hotel, I still get charged $50?
$50.
That's going to backfire, man. Eventually, that kind of crap. I don't care how rich you are, how much money you have, you're going to get annoyed at crap like that.
Yes.
I would anyway.
Yeah,
Am I wrong?
we had this conversation, what was it, yesterday, about tipping culture being out of hand, but also these extra fees being out of hand, the resort fees and these other ridiculous taxes. And I kind of put that in that category, right? If I go buy my own bottle of water and I want to put it in your fridge, you're not charging me $50. I will go buy a cooler that's probably cheaper, fill it up with ice and put it in my damn sink.
Yeah.
I'll go full redneck if I have to. That's ridiculous.
I've done that before. Nothing wrong with that.
All right, when we come back, I know IU's quarterback, Fernando Mendoza, who I believe is doing an autograph signing at a Dick's Sporting Goods in Bloomington today. They had to raffle off tickets for it. You had to have a wristband to get in. He's updated his LinkedIn profile. And I love the fact that he's a LinkedIn guy. We'll talk about that next.
Make this your year. Looking for a new career in the high-demand fields of IT and cybersecurity? Attend classes live online or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify.
Is life insurance part of your New Year's resolution? Listen, if you're young and healthy, it's simple, and any old agent can get it done. But if you're 50 to 60 years old with a touch of wide waistband syndrome or have correlating health glitches, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider. Big Lou doesn't bait and switch you in with young and healthy rates only to clobber you with the truth down the road. $1 million of coverage could be as low as $200 per month. And unlike that treadmill, this one won't collect dust in the corner. Call Term Provider, speak with Big Lou, and find out how much he can save you on your new $1 million life insurance policy. Start this year off with peace of mind by calling Big Lou at 800-777-1979. 800-777-1979. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. For affordable term life insurance, call 800-777-1979 or biglou.com.
What's going on? It's Nigel. I have a couple big birthdays coming up later this year. My wife and my daughter both have birthdays in the same month. You know where I'm taking them. Locally, PA Jewelers at the farmhouse in Brownsburg. Huge selection, and they don't mark up their prices like the big box competitors do. There's really no competition whatsoever. You got to shop local. Truly unique pieces of jewelry and watches you won't find anywhere else. No pressure, no sales pitches, no marking up of prices. Muddy boots, always welcome. PA Jewelers at the farmhouse in Brownsburg. PAJewelers.jewelry. That's PAJewelers.jewelry.
A new year means great new lease deals from Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Lease a 2025 Accord Hybrid Sport for $279 a month or a 2026 CRV LX all-wheel drive for just $269 a month. Your choice for only $4,999 down. Make the most of the new year at Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Tax not included with approved credit through Honda Financial. In-stock new Hondas only, not combinable with other offers. $10K a year, all fees, taxes, and first payment due at signing. Lease offers require qualifications for Honda loyalty. Offer ends January 31st, 2026. See dealer for details.
Garage Doors of Indianapolis is everything that's right about Central Indiana. They've been locally family-owned for 50 years, helping our local economy remain strong by employing 70 families. Garage Doors of Indianapolis is proud to do business right here in the great state of Indiana. They're a conservative-minded company that shares our values and stands by their products and services. You can call Garage Doors of Indianapolis today for service today. 875-4577, 875-4577, or visit doorstoday.com.
He's Donald Trump's #1 enemy in Congress, Chicago politician Dick Durbin. Now, Durbin has a new scheme. He's doing the dirty work to benefit corporate megastores. Durbin's bill could cut corners on your credit card security, putting your personal data at risk. Big chain retailers and warehouse stores want to inflate their profits, and liberal Dick Durbin would help them do it. Tell senators, say no to the megastores and Dick Durbin. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu, the daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Tune in Saturdays 9 to 1 for the Home and Garden Show for advice and fun. Brought to you by Michaelis. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
Do you own a small business? You need to hear this. A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure. Not kind of sure, not pretty sure, but super sure. Coming soon.
Call today or go to bwindow.com and receive up to 60% off plus 24 months, same as cash, with 0% interest.
Because at B-Window,
We mean business. We mean business.
Listen to Hammer and Nigel all this week for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see John Mellencamp Saturday, July 18th at Ruoff Music Center.
Oh yeah, life goes on.
All right, Matt Baer, what's up?
Hendricks County, Hammer looking at eastbound 70 crash at State Road 39, the Monrovia exit. It's a jackknife semi-trailer, and the left lane is closed. We're backed up to Hazelwood, a 33-minute delay. After that, eastbound 70 does have construction with the right lane closed. Southbound 6570 downtown, delayed 6 minutes from the north split to the south split. East side, southbound 465, stop and go before Washington, 274, 6-minute delay. Northeast side, northbound 465, slow after Penn Pike up to I-69. Traffic sponsored by B-Window. Right now at B-Window, receive up to 60% off, plus 24-month savings cash with 0% interest. Call or visit bwindow.com today. Because of B-Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Right now, it's a very echoey 40 degrees at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Again, we know we got some technical issues going on. If you're listening on the stream, you're probably hearing a little bit of an echo. We're aware. We're trying to fix it. Still experiencing some growing pains in the new building, Nige.
It's all right. I mean, it happens. It happens. Nice facilities, but we're working through some stuff. It's okay.
So I mentioned earlier that Fernando Mendoza, IU's star quarterback, Heisman Trophy winner, probably the #1 pick in the draft coming up. He's a LinkedIn guy. He deleted all social media during the season with the exception of YouTube and LinkedIn.
Good for him.
But he's active on LinkedIn. He actually updated his LinkedIn page.
Really?
Yes.
How?
Now he's added Heisman Trophy winner and 2025 college football national championship MVP.
The first thing he did.
Right.
After he won the championship.
This is what his about section says on LinkedIn.
Okay.
As a quarterback for Indiana football, I apply a strong foundation in leadership, time management, and communication to excel both on and off the field. I'm passionate about leveraging my background in business, real estate, and finance to build a career that combines strategic thinking, teamwork, and community impact.
Or I'm going to go play for the worthless Raiders in Las Vegas.
I'm going to live in Las Vegas. Tom Brady's going to be my boss, and we're going to have a good time. All right. Coming up here in just a little bit, we'll reset what Trump said at the World Economic Forum. That is on the way. Plus, your reason to drink. How old do you think the Spice Girls are?
Never need a reason.
Never need a reason to drink.
Okay, we'll do it anyway.
That's all coming up next. Do not go anywhere. Maybe some contests, too. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
You ever ask yourself how you're going to maintain the same lifestyle you have now, but in retirement? You have to have a consistent and steady stream of income that's going to enable you to do all the things you want to do in retirement, like having your own personal pension. Kind of think of it that way, like your own personal pension fund. And the best way to get that done is Bill Demery, your retirement guy right here in Indy.
Set up that free first meeting with Bill Demery. He's my retirement guy. He should be your retirement guy. Ask about that 20% upfront bonus. Ask about that 10% strong return that's been taking place every year for the last decade. If you don't understand something, he'll walk you through it. Trust me, I've been there. I've met with Bill Demery. Do the same. I'm telling you. 317-805-4716. 317-805-4716. 317-805-4716. Or visit yourretirementguide.com.
Hi, I'm Lacey, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. And yes, I'm actually a jeweler. I bring dream engagement